No doubt. There's the room fill up. Be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to smash upon the like button. Appreciate you and everyone that's watching. Happy Friday to all. Friday the 13th. Come on. Cowboys got two things can be true. Times Chargers week and Q&A. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Let's get it. Come on, we need a rebound. Need a rebound game. Shout out to Notification Squad. Salute to the HBO. You know who you are. Come on. There's the room filled all the way up. Be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to smash upon the like button. Cowboys will be wearing the Color Rush jerseys Monday night. I hope that, that can provide some positivity and beyond. Come on.
I want me some glory hole.
Come on.
Let's go, man! Let's
5,
go!
4, 3.
Let me crack your cranium, fertilize your brain.
Let's go. 1. All right. Come on. Let's get it. Hey. Oh. What's good with y'all, man? Appreciate everybody, man. Thank each and every last.
Just dropped them.
Just dropped them. One of you all for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. We got a game this Monday night. We the last team to play this week, and we get a chance to sit back and watch teams, and you can pick apart what they do and sit back and hate, you know what I'm saying, or congratulate, one of those two things. I really look at it like this. It's an any given Sunday, well, now it's an any given Monday, and everything will be pushed back for a few times. Now, we do have people that's a little banged up. I know you guys saw the injury report last yesterday, last night, whenever the injury report was released. And, of course, we had a line longer than Shaq feet, right? That list was long. And according to my guy Todd Archer, Jonathan Hankins, he didn't practice today, a no-show, and as well as Chuma Edoga, which is a backup guy. So we're really not worried about a little bit with that. But, injuries are a part of the game, and it's all about your depths, purposes, and things of that nature. And hopefully we can find a way to stay afloat, Cowboy Nation, on this beautiful Monday when we play. So hopefully that will be a situation. Shout out to you, Mary Lon. Thank you for jumping in. Daniel, appreciate you. And I see the first person in the comment section over here is Raymond. Appreciate you. And so over it as well as Peter. Appreciate you on the Facebook roof. Hey, you guys know what to do. Hit that shared icon and let's go with it.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
All right, so Monday Night Football is around the corner, and we playing against a team that's been operated on the offensive side by my guy Kellen Moore. Now, two things can be true. I think a lot of people paint themselves into a corner, and a lot of people put false words in people's mouths, right? So I'm on record. I'm saying that Kellen Moore is not a horrible, terrible offensive coordinator. His biggest impediment that he was a young coordinator, still learning, still trying to figure out things. Now, this doesn't mean that, hey, he can turn water into wine, he can walk on water, or, he can do all of those miracle things. We're not saying that he can and can't, do certain things that, hey, you scratch your head and say, hey. But we do know that motivation, when you're motivated to beat somebody, you're going to try to showcase your A game. kind of like somebody who pretty much you've been dating someone and all of a sudden y'all break up and then you start dating another squeeze and then you remember the other one scratch your back a little bit better, right? The other one, although she yap and she moan, you know what I'm saying, groan about other stuff, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to say the B word in front of it, but although she do all of those things, she do a few things that you really like, right? Or vice versa. He do a few things that you really like. You know what I'm saying? So you sometimes be looking for perfection, and all of a sudden you look back and you said, dog, it was better than what it was last year. You know what I'm saying? Or it was better when I had that, but I didn't like this, right? It's like this and like that and like this and that, So it's one of those things, ladies and gentlemen. So did Kellen Moore do some good things? Yes. Did he do some terrible things? Yes. Did he do some things that he was just not knowledgeable of, not experienced of, right? Yes. So those are the situations there. So I can tell you the great ones, they figure out ways to continue to reinvent themselves. Well, not reinvent, but do self-inventory of themselves. Let me repeat, they do self-inventory of themselves. And that's what the great ones do. They realize, hey, I'm out of stock in this. Oh, the real ones say, hey, I'm out of stock in that. I need to go ahead and restock this, right? I need to go up and re-up that. I was on the show last night. Shout out to my brother, the Twin Empire / Twin Maker. We was talking about, Kyle Shanahan. He listened to his players. George Kittle, although he said F Dallas, he's always watching, right? So he was watching the game. The Detroit Lions, whoever they played, I forgot. But Sam Laporta, they had a great play. So what Kittles did, he called coach and said, hey, I like that play. Matter of fact, I love that play. And I want to have that play in the books. Less than 3 hours, they were able to draw up that play and perform it, and they scored a touchdown off of it, right? So those are creative ideas. Those are also big trust. That is also not being stubborn. That's also not being stubborn, and that's just what it is. So when you start to think outside of the box, those are the realities of it. And shout out to you, Lamar, appreciate you. Branday, appreciate you. Hey, y'all, thank y'all. Jay Lombardi, appreciate you. Joseph, appreciate you. Dak Delusional Fan, appreciate you. Kellen got the blame for Dak bad play. Yeah, but at the same time, it's context too, because I think a lot of people don't understand what contexts are, right? Ladies and gentlemen, are the Chargers the number one offense in the National Football League? Can somebody post that for me? Are the Chargers the number one offense in the National Football League? No, they're not. They're ranked 12th or 13th. The Cowboys ranked 16th. So what are we arguing about, right? Now, we can say that the Chargers do have the potentials, but being the number one offense doesn't mean that you're going to win games. Doesn't mean that you're going to be undefeated. But what people harp on and what people don't harp on is the fact that when you play with the silver and blue and the star on the side of your helmet, you're going to get criticized. You're going to get scrutinized. Are the Chargers undefeated, by the way? No, they're not. So we got to also contextualize that. Last night we seen two quarterbacks that getting paid a hell of a lot of money. And they were throwing interceptions, right? Throwing picks. Not looking up to par. But what can happen, you can have a stinker game over there, and nobody talks about it, right? Nobody's going to mention those things. But when you're playing with the silver and blue on the side, on your chest and body, and you got the star on the side of your helmet, everything can be scrutinized. You can't pick your nose. You can't get your, you can't dig on your backside. Those things are going to get scrutinized heavily, right? Happy Friday is from Maryland. And disappointed, but we will get this win on Monday. F Kittles too. True indeed. And show of hands who believe that a team is going to go undefeated this year, go through the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. It's not going to happen. It's a loss out there for some of those good teams, by the way. I went to the Frisco game just for my girl, Brandy. Appreciate you. You had your reservations before going to that game. I feel you, though. Brandy says, I went to the Francisco game, and I was upset on how we played, but on to the next week. I'm going to the game this Sunday. Go Cowboys. Ooh wee. Yes, indeed.
Let's go, man.
Yes,
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. So when we start to contextualize all of those things, we can all say that, right? We can all go down to the rigmarole of this person is not doing this or that person is not doing this. You see what I'm saying? So the reality of it is those are the facts, and it's is absolutely not debatable. It's not up for debate at all. So let's listen to a few things, because what I want to hear is how all of this things, two things can be true.
Marilyn, Blossom, $10.
Let's go
Happy
with it.
Friday, Law. Disappointed, but we will get the win on Monday. Blue heart, blue heart, blue heart. F Kittle 2.
Yes, indeed. And appreciate you. And that's write this down. Those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. You cannot change people's mind. No one, if you don't like avocado, no matter what you put over it, no matter what you say is good with, no matter what can happen with it, people that don't like avocado just not going to like it. You know what I'm saying? You can't force feed somebody something that they don't like, right? And you can't change their minds, right? But if you are a fool, you will continue to argue with someone, right? Knowing that you can't change their minds. So that is where we are at right now. There are only fools that will sit back and say, Law, the wall behind you is not blue. And even though I'm saying the wall behind me is blue, then we're just not having any intellectual conversation. You see what I'm saying? So when they say, well, the wall is actually pink, you know, just the difference of the lenses of what you sitting at, and you going back and forth with somebody, you know, then you become part of that foolery, right? So, you know, for those who you continue to try to convince against their will, they're going to still be of the same opinion still. So there's nothing that you can say to them, right? So it doesn't matter, you know. And here's what it's going down to right here. It doesn't matter when we say, hey, this quarterback, yes, he's not playing up to the levels of getting the extension, right? There's nothing that can say otherwise. Dak Prescott is the author right now of his own destination. In order for him to get that extension, to be here for multiple years, he's going to have to play better. Those are facts. There's no way that you can look at tape for the first 4 to 5 weeks and say, hey, Dak Prescott is playing like he's ready to get a new contract. No. So for those who say, I can't stand the quarterback, he sucks, he's trash, well, keep waiting. Because eventually, the way he's playing right now, he's going to not get extended. Now, if the Cowboys say, you know what, breaking news, let's go ahead and extend Dak Prescott based off of the principles that we see today, you know, then you start ranting and throwing stuff. But right now, you just got to wait it out. That's the rational. What's irrational is doing a knee-jerk decision and said, okay, let's just bench the quarterback. It's not bench-worthy play right now. So those are different from people who got education, who knows knowledge and the IQ of the game, for those who just said, hey, just bench him, just trash him. Because what happened here is if you fool around, take him out, you put another one in, and they trash. Now you got to go back to what originally that you said was trash. And nobody operates that way. No business operate that way, too, by the way. You know, say I was talking to a great business friend of mine, and he had a 2-year. I'm just using this as an example. If you already prepaid, I gave him a great example. If you prepaid on a 2-year lease and the contract states that you can't get out of it, right? You can't get out of it and you already prepaid. Why would you sink money into securing another location that you also got to pay, but you still paying the other one? You know, it's reverse hustling. So what the Cowboys are doing right now, we done already prepaid Dak Prescott. The money is guaranteed. So the best thing you can do at this point is just wait it out until unforeseeable situations. If he fool around and get hurt, and nobody should be wishing hurt on anyone, right? Or unforeseeable things. If he go into this game and throw 5 or 6 interceptions, and everybody is looking at it like, man, This would have been a whole different game in a situation and scenario if the Cowboys versus the 49ers and Michael Parsons had 4 sacks and my guy Bland had 2 interceptions, right? And on top of that, Tony Pollard had over 120 yards. But you can't even use that because everybody that we seen in the 49ers game played like what's on the bottom of most people's feet. Outside of Brandon Aubrey, and maybe you can say in for like 3/4 Hankins. And if you want to do like a consolation prize, you can give half up to Kevontae Turpin in that game. But everybody played terrible last game. That's the reality. I can't find nobody that can out-debate me and say, you know what, Gallup really played sharp in that game. You know what, Tony Pollard was hitting the hole, C-hole, and went through hole. And, man, he was a very good spot. He was a very bright spot in that game. No, everybody looked somewhat out of place. Looked like we wasn't ready for that game. Brandy Mahone says it was good. Mahoney, appreciate you. She said this is a must-win game. Monday, bring the dogs out. Yeah, you got to bring the dog out. Yes, indeed. I'm just a fan. Appreciate you for the $4.99 for your mind. Let's listen to these people, man. Everybody, hit the right Maryland.
But off getting their butts whooped by the Niners and the Chargers.
Hear audio?
Banged up as seemingly always. Coming off a bye. It's also the Kellen Moore Bowl. Jaron Kearse just said, the Cowboys defensive back, that they know that Kellen Moore is going to want to lay it on him. I go back to training camp, Sam, and something that stood out to me when visiting these two teams. When I went to Oxnard to visit the Cowboys, I was told by multiple people, man, Kellen's not here anymore. We are going to throw it deep, man. We are letting loose.
Pause. He got misinformation. Cowboys for dog sure didn't say they're going to spread it out and throw it deep. They definitely didn't say that. Let me rewind one more time. He said, now, that's wee-woo conversation right here. Hold on, let me rewind just a little bit.
Throw it deep, man. I was told by multiple people, man, Kellen's not here anymore. We are going to throw it deep, man. We are letting loose.
Shame.
Who he talked to?
Shame.
Who he talked to, man? All right, so what we heard this offseason is that the Cowboys are going to run the ball, right? They're going to play with a sense of purpose. They're going to have plays with reasonings and things of that nature. We going to make sure that we run to open up the pass so that the throwing lanes can be there. They didn't say they're going to let it loose and rip it. Come on. They said that they were not even aiming to be the number 1 team in offense right now. Or the 2023 season. No. So he got misinformation. Maybe he's not reading his notes right. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Man, we're going to stretch the field. We haven't seen that. And then you heard from the Chargers people. Man, I'll tell you what. Like, Joe Lombardi's not here, man. We are throwing it deep. We are letting it go. Both can't be true because Kellen Moore couldn't have been holding back the Cowboys from throwing it deep, and now the secret to the Chargers throwing it deep. These two offenses, two very different quarterbacks. What do the numbers tell us about this one?
I think you look at the evidence so far, and you tend.
CD Lamb said Law on 105.3 The Fan in the interview. You find that interview. Because what the coaches said, and C.D. Lamb himself, from what we heard from C.D. Lamb, I'm not buying any weight that he said, but I'm echoing what the coaching, Brian Schottenheimer, as well as Mike McCarthy. Both of those boys said that they're going to run the ball to open up the pass. They didn't say we're going to throw that thing deep. We're going to do. There's no single plays out there that we can even say that the Cowboys are going to lie forward and just throw it deep. I haven't even seen that. And I was out there in the baking heat or the coolness of the weathers out there in Oxnard. We absolutely saw the plays that was generated. West Coast offense is touchdown to check down. There are more check downs than underneath routes. If anybody's seen West Coast offense, anybody knows a West Coast offense, it's not a deep play system. Now, we can throw in Tex Coast and things of that nature, but collectively, it's not a deep throw system. Believe it or not, the 49ers, even in the birth of their West Coast principles, were not a deep throwing system. West Coast by nature is not a deep throwing system of spreading it out wide and just throwing deep. That's not even it. Texas Coast and West Coast is more so of throwing underneath. You got your dagger routes, you got some flood concepts, which we all seen. You got your orbital motions, you got those things as it relates to offense in the West Coast principle. Now, Air Coryell and all of that stuff is spread, a few motions, going deep. It's the depth of a deep throws. This was a perspective of depth of 1,000 cuts. I don't know where he getting his information from.
To come down on the idea that Kellen Moore is a help more than he is a hindrance to anything. I mean, he has unlocked a greater degree of aggression in Justin Herbert this year relative to anything we've seen before. Last season, Justin Herbert's numbers were kind of skewed by that rib injury that he was carrying basically for the whole year. So they were unusually conservative, but his average depth of target has always been pretty low. That's jumped up this season to 9.1 yards, which is on the higher end of the spectrum, not the most aggressive in the league, but closer to that than he's ever been before.
And Sam, where's Dak on that?
Dak is usually in the middle of the pack somewhere. This season, he is at 7.1. So he's at the lower end of that spectrum. So it's kind of gone in the opposite directions. Herbert's gone up, Dak Prescott's gone down, but it has resulted in a more aggressive Justin Herbert. And it's also done what we were kind of calling for in the offseason. Justin Herbert, for the last 2 years, has led the league, had the lowest turnover-worthy play rate in football. He's been essentially the most careful quarterback in the game at protecting the football. A guy with his talent, with his arm talent, with his ability to make plays, just simply shouldn't have the best number in the league at that stat, right? Because you're going to be better off with a few more mistakes with him being more aggressive because he can make spectacular plays. And that's what we're seeing this year. He's had more turnover-worthy plays, but I think it's resulted in a net win because he's being more aggressive and he's attacking deeper down the field and he's making some more of those plays that were being left on the shelf.
Wait a minute. You're not going to do the James Franklin thing here and just tell them, just throw it deep, right? Just chuck it up there? No.
Chuck it up blindly. What the hell? It doesn't matter what the defense is throwing you. Just drop back. Right.
Let it go. Yeah, take a shot. Why not? Yeah. Keep him honest. All right, the flip side, you mentioned where Dak is in the sevens, and that's kind of middle of the pack here. What do the numbers say overall about the Cowboys offense on a week in which Jerry Jones was asked on his radio show, would you consider telling Mike McCarthy to let Brian Schottenheimer call plays? And he obviously said no.
All right, so the Brian Schottenheimer calling plays, theory, he do checks the plays. If Mike McCarthy is going to get into anybody's rhythm, he's going to have to be focused and lasered in. Now, there are two things that we're looking at. I go back to looking at Sean Payton. I said this last night while we were watching that game. It appears, you know how quick those iOS phones, those Apple phones or, iPhones or what have you, them jokers update every year, right? And it appears when I was looking at my guy Sean Payton and the way he was trying to call the game, I was like, man, he was trying to call the game like it was 2015, like it was 2018, 19. The game will pass you by quickly. And he only took 1 year off, right? So I started to think of it like even with Mike McCarthy, if we looked at some concepts that even Kurt Warner pointed out. There are some things that you can skate by and get away with just off of sheer talent of wide receivers or by the brass of, hey, this is new. This is flat out new, and the opposing teams don't know how to play it. But the more you play, the more people will have tape on you, and they'll wipe away your tendencies. Now, a perfect storm, the Cowboys faced the 49ers, who by far the number one, number two defense in the National Football League. And they sniffed out any weak spots on that offense. Anything that you try to put out there, especially with rub concepts, especially with the underneath and especially with the depths of where the wide receiver run, they sniffed that stuff out. Now, when I say this, two things can be true. But also, you're not facing the 49ers every week. So just because you've seen the 49ers take away what you do best, right? Or the ability to erase what your wide receivers are trying to do and your quarterback is trying to play at. Doesn't mean that, hey, all of a sudden the Chargers can do it, the Rams can do it, or the Eagles, dare I say, right? On top of that, it doesn't mean as well when you still going into week 6 that this offense is to that degree is going to say we're going to continue to do the exact same thing over and over again, expecting different results. I'm quite sure that if Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer look back at the tape, they themselves after a loss, because you look at the tape more. The way we lost to the Cards is a whole lot different than the way we lost to the 49ers. And they're going to have to take those things and reapply it. What we need to do better at and how we can perform better. And if we go out here against the Chargers and lose the exact same way, then you can start pulling up what my man, we start pulling up the panic button. You can start saying, hey, man, this ain't going to work. You can start saying, you can start crying. You know what I'm saying? You can start doing all of those things as Cowboy Nation, right? If the Cowboys decide to lose the exact same way. But what I'm telling y'all is way too soon. It's way too quick to be that dude right there. Some of y'all are right now. Y'all giving it up already. I can't stand this team. Oh, man, we finna lose by 40 points. Oh, my goodness, it's finna be fire and brimstone. We haven't lost back-to-back games since the pandemic, man. Come on. We haven't lost back-to-back games since the pandemic. Or somewhere along those ways, right? So don't panic. Figure this thing out. But listen to more of these guys, and then we got some more interviews we're gonna insert in.
Yeah, we've been talking about this on our podcast a bit. They've been very difficult to get a full read on because all the games they've...
All right. We got a wise one here. Joseph, how many years out of the 27 years Mike McCarthy been here? Out of the 27 years, how many years Mike McCarthy been here? Honestly speaking, how many years? Can somebody put that down in the chat? How many years Mike McCarthy been here? How many losing seasons do he have? How many? Four years. What percentage of 4 years out of 27? What percentage is that? Can somebody put that down? And we all, man, come on, man. If you really, technically it's 3 years, but if you really want to add the pandemic year, we can do that. What's the percentage 4 out of 27? Because, see, nobody want to contextualize that. Nobody want to say, hey, man, hey, you know, boy, we was great organization with Dave Campo. Man, we should have went to the Super Bowl. We should have won the Super Bowl with Dave Campo. What's 13 years? That's how many years we had Jason Garrett. What's that percentage? You know what I'm saying? Come on, let's listen to these dudes.
Been involved in have been the game script has led you in a certain direction from the offense, right? You haven't got too many sort of fair, even script situations where you get a real beat on what this offense is. You know, you look at the 49ers game from very early on in that game, they're in a completely different mode than they're normally in, right? And even the games that have gone well, you know, they're absolutely stomping the Patriots. So the game script changes in the opposite direction. So I still don't think we really know what this offense is, except to say it's not doing a lot to enhance the production of Dak Prescott, right? The receivers are not being schemed open. It's
Wait. Keep going, guy.
It's starting to look like this version of Mike McCarthy's offense back in Green Bay when we were having that debate of what is the problem here? Is it Aaron Rodgers sort of reaching the end of his career? Is it this offense that's grown stale and isn't putting people in a position to succeed? It's starting to look like that same conversation all over again, except with the confounding factors of these weird games that are either beatdowns beat down defeats or beat down victories.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard to grade any offensive structure when we've been volatile. Let me repeat, it's hard. Look, investors will stay away from volatile markets. Let me repeat, investors will stay away from volatile markets. We don't know what, we don't even know the identity of the Cowboys yet. Law, do you have any truths to it? Every game we won was a blowout. Every game we lost was a blowout. Technically, you know what I'm saying? Cards blew us out. They only won one game this year. We don't know. So we're a typical 3-2 team right now. We lost to a unwin team, and then we lost to a team that never lost. That's backwards. We don't know. We don't know. Now, we can use this right here, the historical data part of it, because most people use historical data, but it don't match up with this particular team because we never had these type of things to happen. So the historical data, if you really want to look at it, this team is still hovering around 10 to a 12 win team, right? This team is hovering around, since Mike McCarthy, by the way, if you want to use historical data, you can say, well, based off of historical data with Mike McCarthy, this team is either number 1 in the NFC East or number 2, based off of historical data. If you do the average of some, right? That's the reality. Al Kareem says 5-11. Nah, I can't go that way. Because this team, historically speaking, since Mike McCarthy haven't lost back-to-backs, plus since Mike McCarthy, they're a 12-win team on a consistent basis. And that's with the quarterback or without your starting quarterback, by the way, if you want to compute those numbers. I got Glenn Capers. McCarthy had one task this offseason. Mike, make the running plays look like passing and make passing look like runs. Play calling and play designs are not the same. These small details matter. You're right. The smallest details of it goes back to what we're going to bring Emmitt Smith up to when he was talking earlier today. It's the small things. Consistency is one, but it's the small details of trying to manipulate that safety that's on top of the roof. And if you got too wide or too high, you're trying to get them to make their first 2 steps forward. Now, shout out to Hanging with the Boys. Shout out to Shannon. Me and him, we got a chance to talk a little bit this morning. And shout out to Emmitt. But Emmitt Smith, the great running back, one can argue one of the greatest running backs of all time, he have his reservations on run game. He have his reservations on being the every down back because what that brings to the table. And I'm not putting any shade or salt at my guy, Tony Pollard. Give him a little grace here. It was the 49ers. But sometimes as an every down back, there are some tendencies that you look for when you present power. I'm not saying that the Cowboys should go out there and scoop up Ezekiel Elliott this offseason or paid him a little bit more, $8 to $9 million, whatever he was asking for. But sometimes you're going to have a sledgehammer. You're going to have somebody that can ram it in there. You're going to have that, ladies and gentlemen. If not, you're going to continue to do the same things over and over again, expecting different results. But while that's pumping and populating here, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Let me play the audio, gang, of this right here. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. This is Derwin James.
Continuity, what does that allow you guys to do defensively, and how much improvement do you sort of expect now that you guys are sort of settled there in that secondary group?
It just builds rhythm. As a player, I feel like the more you're in there with the same guys, it's just going to build that rhythm and that trust that we're going to need. And like I say, the sky's the limit for us. We come together and play the way we need to play.
So we're looking at
How you doing?
Looking ahead to the matchup coming up, when you see Dallas give up 3 interceptions, 3 sacks, give up all the points, what vulnerabilities have you seen just watching some of the tape?
We got to come out and play. I mean, you can't look at the vulnerabilities. I'm pretty sure they're going to be pissed off about how they played, you know. So we just got to come out and play. We know we're going to get their best, and they're going to get our best too.
I was saying this, but when you're going into a game, would you rather the team you're about to play didn't have happen than what happened with them in their last game? In terms of waking them up, and like you said, they're probably.
Yeah, hear audio.
I feel like overall, man, when you get embarrassed, and like I say, as a human being, anybody that gets embarrassed, you're gonna always respond, and there's always gonna be that urgency to respond, and we know that. So we'll be ready.
My guy in the chat said, man, Derwin James look like he's been playing in the league since 2011. Yeah, and my guy Leon says it's amazing how before the Niners game, TP was a dog. After y'all acting like he's a scat cat, right? No, those were the words of Emmitt Smith. Here's my thoughts on this. Got rid of the wrong one. Hold on, let me fix this up. Here's my thoughts on this. And truth be told, we think that my guy Tony Pollard, he can be that guy. That can still be explosive, catch out of the backfield and beyond. But there's a thing that most people will overlook. Coming off of an injury and expecting the results, only a few. And I'm not saying that, he would never get back to that speed or that burst on a consistent basis. But we can all see that he's a step, not 2 steps, just maybe a half of a step less explosive than what he used to be. And that's not even shade at him, right? He's with all due respect to him, he's about a half step slower than what he used to be. Do you disagree with that, or do you guys agree? You know what I'm saying? You're like, no, I disagree. He's still the same person that he was before the injury. And I'm using this in context that we can all agree, or do y'all disagree? Terrence Steele is in the same boat. He's a half step slower than what he was. Do anybody disagree? They're like, no, man, Terrence still playing the same. And let's do this. I'm gonna go down the line. We'll make it fair and balanced. Michael Gallup is a full step slower than what he used to be, right? Not a half step, full step, right? And let me go a little bit further. Cover your ears, because a lot of people call me an apologist, but I'm going to speak this out. I call a spade a spade. Dak Prescott is a step and a half slower than what he used to be since the injury. He had a little burst even coming back from the injury. He had more bursts on his runs, believe it or not, in 2021 when he was a little fresher. Dak is he's like a step and a half. Last year, we seen him do a play, and he had a little bit more spring then. But this season, he's like a step and a half slower. No. With it, T, I seen Dak in 2021. He ran and gave us some stuff. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. Right? So who disagree? He's like a step and a half slower when it's time for him to evade. Last year, I believe it was in the Chicago game, he trucked the guy and ran for a first down. You know what I'm saying? He was a little fast. He was a little faster then, so that's why I put the half step. You know what I'm saying? He's a step and a half. So let me get these steps right. Don't shank me with the butter knife, y'all. Come on, don't shank me with it. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Even the people that don't love me, I love y'all, man. I love y'all. So let me get these steps right. Tony Pollard is a half step. He ain't a full step. He's half step slower, right? My guy Steele is a half step, right? And make sure I'm on the same page. Gallup is a full step, right? Somebody can say, man, he 2 steps, man. and my guy Dak Prescott is a step and a half. You know what I'm saying? Hey, now who's 5 steps? Now who's 5 steps from eternity? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Drew Hills. Hey, my guy Tyron Smith may be 5 steps. From eternity. All right, so it's just what it is, man. Come on, man. It's just, hey, law of diminishing rates of return is here. You know what I'm saying? It's here, you know. All right, so who else? Anybody else? My guy right now, Jordan Lewis, he's a half step right now. Dono, I think that right now he's a half step. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of guys half stepping around here. You know, yeah, dang, law of the truth can hurt. You laugh out loud. You're right, man. Come on, let's be real. These people ain't spring chickens anymore. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the entire team, Jay Recruiter, is a step floor. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. The entire offensive line. If you really want me to say this, man, my guy Zach Martin. I ain't talking about my guy Zach Martin. He's a 1/3 step. You know. Shout out to Zach Martin, man. You know what I'm saying? Even at a half step or a half of a half steps, you know what I'm saying? He is still one of the better guards in the National Football League, with no disrespect. You know, prior experience should have made them 4P automatically, law. Why not position ourselves to do better? Let me see if I can break this down. Queen Cowboys Sports says prior experience should have made them 4P automatically, law. Why not position ourselves to do better? I don't know. Is it decipher that? Say that again, Queen. Say that again, Queen. Say that again. All right, come on.
It don't matter to me. It don't matter. It don't matter.
How beneficial? I mean, most players, I think, don't like their early bye week, but how beneficial was it for you guys, especially with the injuries on defense?
It's very beneficial. Definitely beneficial for me. I feel like I healed up pretty good over the bye for sure, and it helped get some of our guys back out here on the team that we're going to need to carry us for the rest of the season. So it's going to be fun.
You are a full participant?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
You're good to
Yeah, I'm good to go. Yeah, for sure.
Were you close to being able to play?
They be whispering to them over there in charge. They must don't have mics. So can y'all hear that? I can barely hear it. They be whispering to him, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody get that man a taper fade, man. Just fade that right there. He can rock the mohawk look. You know what I'm saying? He struggle game right here. He can barely connect that. He's still trying right here, but he trying. He trying.
Last week, I feel like if it was for the game on the line, I could have played for sure. But I guess I feel even better this week. And we don't play the Monday, so I know I'm feel even better come Monday night. So,
how different is this Dallas offense maybe compared to the one you got?
Oh, preparation prevents poor performance. Okay, the 4 Ps. Okay, that you know. Okay. Yeah. Preparation prevents poor performance. You're right. Appreciate you, Queen. Thank you. She's your queen to be. Appreciate you. Let me give you one of those little. Appreciate you, Queen. Let's go.
Faced a couple years ago.
It's a lot different. You know, they had Zeke and Pollard kind of combination, so it's a lot different with the younger backs they have, and Pollard and Dak and Gallup, some of the guys. So we just got to be ready for them. They spraying the ball around. They're kind of bound.
This dude. Wait a minute. He living in 2022. Wait a minute. Hold on. This is an old interview. No, this is a new interview. Hold on. Wait a minute. He said Zeke and Pollard. Hold on. Let me rewind. Maybe because they whispering over there. What doggone? Let me see.
Different. You know, they had Zeke and Pollard.
Okay, you talk.
Dallas offense maybe compared to the one you guys faced a couple years ago.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
It's a lot different.
It's a lot
they have
different.
Zeke
Okay,
and
good,
Pollard
good,
kind of
good.
combination, so it's a
it's
lot
right.
different with the younger backs they have, and Pollard and Dak and Gallup, some of the guys. So
Okay, so what he was saying is that it's a lot different. He don't even know the other running backs. I promise you, he was threw in, Pollard and Rico, but he was like Pollard and he went to Gallup. My guy Derwin Trinidad James, he went to, hey, yeah, it's a little different, man. You had Zeke and Pollard, but this year they got Pollard and Gallup. That joker, he didn't even try to think of who else was on the team. You know what I'm saying? That's the element of surprise. I wouldn't be mad at all if we go with two back set, Pollard and my guy 40 ounce in the backfield, and then go with I would love for us to line up 21 personnel. I would love for us to do 21 personnel. I would love for us to bring some 22 personnel in there too. You know what I'm saying? You have Schoonmaker on the outside to block. Tell Pollard, hey, we like you. We want to see you spring and bust one open. We got 40 ounce. And we got Schoonmaker on the side here, and we got Ferg on the other side. Give me some 22 personnel. I wouldn't mind that at all. Who wouldn't mind that at all? I would, throw some wrinkles into this thing. Hey, when we talk about physicality, we should have did that last week. We went too finesse. On 3rd and 4, we gonna do a god dog on inside run from a shotgun. We're giving up stuff, man. Like, come on, man, come on. So, BD Gray. We just going to say 22 personnel. Give me some 22s, man. Give me some 22 personnel. I think that I think that the Cowboys, if they can just look back at some of these films and say, all right, let's bring some physicality into the table and get a dude like a Schoonmaker in the backfield. And if he going to block, just block. Don't send him on routes, man. Can somebody tell me what Schoon, he's 1 for 5, 2 drops? Help me. You know what I'm saying? Help him out. Yeah, I'm trying, Lynn Littles. Let me see Schoonmaker, man. Right now, me and my guy Darius, we got a side wager going. Who's performing better? You know what I'm saying? Let me see Jalen Hyatt. Let me see what he got going on right now. Shoot, he got 4 receptions. He got 5 targets, 4 receptions, and 99 yards. Let me see what his passer rating went targeted 118. That's good. That's good. 118. I don't know what's going on with him. They ain't using him enough. But let me see what Luke Schoonmaker doing. Me and my guy, we almost to the midway. They don't even have a picture of Luke Schoonmaker. How terrible is that? Come on, PFF. Y'all don't even have a picture of the brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, what's going on, man? Come on, man. Oh, my goodness, man. 5 targets, 1 reception, 1 yard, 1 touchdown. At least he got a touchdown. So which one you rather have, the 99 yards? I mean, come on. He got 99 yards, no touchdown. Let me pull up Jalen Hyatt. Come on, Darius. I know we got that little wager going on. Jalen Hyatt. Let me pull up Jalen Hyatt one more time. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, so he got 99 yards. Which stat is better, y'all? Let me see what his passer rating when targeted. 79. Dude, this dude got 2 drops. 5 targets, 2 drops, man. Or 1 reception, man. Come on, man. Hey, but he blocking, though. He blocking, man. He's blocking, man. Daniel Jones is out this week. Oh, my goodness. Frank Clark or nah. Hey, man, I'm bringing in Frank Clark for a cup of coffee. Because we sit back, then all of a sudden you will hear, breaking news, the 49ers bringing in Frank Clark. We be like, hey, wait a minute. Oh, my goodness, man. Luke is not better than Ferg. Yeah, man, come on, man. We can just do something. Speaking of that, let me put my background music back up. Y'all know how this goes. Come on. They're going to talk about what my guy, we're going to switch over to defense. Happy Friday to y'all, man. I thank everybody for tuning in. This is what was said, about J-Rock. This was said.
Birdie. We're a great defense. That's what we are. We weren't crowned the best defense in the league when we had a 40-0 win against the Giants. I'm going to check the tape on that. And we're not going to be named the worst defense in the league after what went on Sunday. Brew, are you 100% sure the Cowboys have a great defense? 100. I changed the budget.
Before they go, I want to know from y'all, the beautiful people that's watching right now. Where is this defense? Where do you guys have this defense at? Is it a... We already know we're not elite, right? We took elite and we took that off the shelf, you know what I'm saying? It was elite defense. We just picked that defense up and just, we're going to put it over here, you know what I'm saying? You got great, this is my levels. You got great, above average, good, average. Is it below average? And then trash, right? So where do y'all got this defense at, man? I need some help from y'all, man. Where y'all got this defense at? Great. We took elite. We took elite, and we just moved that off the shelf. I'm not finna say we never gonna get there this season. But then when you have great, above average, good, below average, trash. You know what I'm saying? We ain't the middle of the pack either. I don't think we middle of the pack though. I don't think I won't even give us that. You know what I'm saying? Generational is above elite. You know what I'm saying? I don't even use that word. Generational is in a special class of its own. You know what I'm saying? A roll the dice defense, top 7 defense, subpar. I see y'all. Above average, pretty good. Boy, that boy's good. Yes, indeed. Let me see where they got us ranked as far as, Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys. We are 7th in points allowed. We are 4th in defense. And I gotta go to another category. I think we are. Let me see. Hold on, y'all bear with me. I kind of use these guys. Hold on, bear with me. We gonna go team. Let's see where we at. Little litmus test. All right. Miami, number 1 offense. Ooh. Eagles up there, number 2 offense in the league, based off of total yards. Niners, number 3. Passing, Miami up there. Rushing, Miami up there. Them boys is good. You see the Eagles, number 2. Number 3 is 49ers. Oh, Eagles up there, y'all. We better watch out. Yards allowed. This is what they really go off of. So Cleveland, Baltimore, San Fran, Saints, Kansas on yards allowed. It ain't even bad. Sacks. You got Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas, Miami, Pittsburgh. I don't see my team up there. Turnovers. You got San Fran, Tampa Bay, Buffalo, and then Cowboys. Hey, man, we're going to have to turn some corners around this thing, man, to get this defense back up to where it needs to be. So we're no longer in top 5 in most of those categories. So we are trending downward right now on defense.
Thank you.
No, I'm convinced they have a very good defense. A great defense, I'm sorry. And I know some of the all-time greats have given up 35, something like that. But to give up 40-plus basically in 3 quarters. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that San Francisco could have went over 50 against them. To give up 40-plus, you're not a great defense. And, Coach, they're vulnerable to the run. Like, that's the thing. Like, great defenses, it's like we're locking you down on every
all-time great right now? We're just great for this season.
I am raising the standard for great. How many great defenses are in the league right now? They're not San Francisco. Are they Cleveland?
I never heard this debate, so y'all bear with me. I kind of like watching this right here, so y'all bear with me. This is entertaining.
That's the question that I had. Like, to me, they are clearly one of the 6 best. San Francisco, Kansas City, Cleveland, Dallas, New Orleans, Baltimore. If you look at yards, points, eye test, all three.
So are all those great?
Well, that's the question.
You have the
And
Bills
for
in
me-
there or no?
No, not now.
Well,
Now they lost.
right.
Yeah, they've lost 3 of their
Finally.
best players due to injury, 1 on each level of the defense. Statistically, the Bills actually are there, but I think no Trey White, no Milano. They lost their D tackle as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're in a rougher spot. The problem for me is this: they're definitely very good, and they could be great. In order for the Cowboys to
I love his analysis on that, y'all. I do. I absolutely do. Because you got the pieces there, and I'm more judging the defense than I do offense. I'm a defensive person, so they got the pieces there, and we seen defenses get hot down the stretch. 2 teams that I can remember recently. I'm gonna use a recently team, then I'm gonna use a past team. The Buccaneers team, the year they won the Super Bowl. Granted, they had Tom Brady. But that defense got hot. Who remember? That defense got hot. I think they lost, 4 or 5 games that year. Did y'all remember that? Did y'all remember that? But they got hot down the stretch. And I think that was a pandemic year. But that defense got hot down the stretch. And things started formulating and getting things going for them. So they went from a good defense to a very good defense. And then by the time playoffs was rolling around, they were a great defense. Who remember that? So the pieces start coming together. Right? I think our biggest issues on defense is pretty much continuity and discipline. Discipline is another thing too on our defense. We had some drive extenders that kept happening, right? We know we're not going to get certain calls or favorable calls. So we're going to have to play through that, and some coaches got to coach through that. All right, so another team that I want to pull up, and this is going to hurt us just a little bit. By metric standards, they were not considered a top 10 defense or a top 5 defense. I think throughout most of that year, they hovered around 15, 16 defense. Their passing defense was terrible. And this going all the way back to, I want to say 2007. The Giants, that pass rush just boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? It kicked off, and then it created a hostile environment for the quarterback. And they were able to play more disciplined football down the stretch. And you can't even probably name the DBs on that team or even the safety. So somewhere in between, we do, and I'm not saying that we can be that version of defense, but somewhere along the way, we can be a team that can get after the quarterback, harass them, make it a hostile environment. Yeah. D1, he said, look, Hickman, you see where I'm going with this. So I would say this. I would prefer to get hot in the later part of the year with my defense, opposed to being hot now and fizzle out. Only a few teams can be hot throughout the entire year with their defense. Last year we can argue that the Eagles, their defense was really good. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't elite defense. They had some holes in the passing secondary. And even if we're going to be objective, even with our analysis of the Eagles defense, they still have those same holes. You know what I'm saying? In the secondary and in the safeties and in the not wide receivers, but the DBs can't get turned. They do have a good interior, right? The Niners, they are a well-oiled machine. They're a very disciplined defense. No, none of the guys going to jump out at you. Lenore, Ward, he's battling through some injuries. They're not going to jump out to you, but they're not going to hose you. They're not going to give up the big play, right? They play a very disciplinary type of style. And one can argue, looking back at Randy Gregory tape, I'm sitting here like, damn, they might be even better up front now when Randy Gregory come to full speed. That's the rich getting richer, type of stuff. Who else? Jets, they pretty good. They solid. The Eagles going to find out who the Jets are all about this weekend, right? It could be a trap game. I'm not saying that the Jets going to beat them, but this should be a good defensive showcase to see how they look. The other defense, who's the other I think the Bills, like he said, they going through a lot of stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? Too many injuries. They might teeter off. But I think that we got the recipes to really get us there. The Ravens, that goes back to the culture, the way they play defense. But let's see what the rest of they have to say.
Be as good as I think they were supposed to be or could be, they have to be in the argument that they're the best defense in football. And right now, you can't argue the best defense in football. If you remember going into the year, I said I think they're going to have the best defense in football. Yeah. They also lost Diggs, but they haven't lost, and they lost Van Der Esch as well. So maybe their injuries are mounting as well.
But the hallmark of great defenses are consistency, and they don't have consistency. So when you give up 40 yards against Arizona with running. Almost 200 yards of that rushing in the first half, and then you fast forward 2 games later and you're giving up 42 points, and the teams that you beat up on were 32 on offense, 31 on offense, and 24 on offense.
And that's the conundrum. What we can't do, and it's still too soon for to hold on to those type of numbers. Law, do you have any truth to that? Well, we made them the 30-something offense. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, those numbers are going to look like that. So when they played us, of course, that was the first game ever of the season, the Giants. So we made those numbers look like that. To be ranked 32nd in the doggone league and 31st and what have you in the 29th because they played us, right? So I would say it goes back to that's the conundrum right there. You know what I'm saying? But let's go.
It's hard to take a step back and say, okay, this is a great defense.
Watch out, Kellen Moore. Watch out, Justin Herbert and Kellen Moore against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You know what, Wilds? I think
this
that is for the Cowboys.
What? A home game?
Might be a must-win.
Ooh. All right, so that was them on that, and I got one other topic, and then we'll open up the phone lines. Appreciate you, Lisa. Thank you. I want to play a little of this Emmett. He had a great, conversation with the playmaker and Skip.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
I'm just only going to play the piece where he was talking about a little bit of the running backs or what have you in the modern day society of the league. Let me see if I go right.
Need to lean on the running game a little bit more. Really different. And Deion is tapping to all of that. I know we got to let you go, E, but before you let you go, I just want to ask about the state of the running backs in the National Football League right now. Your thoughts on what you're seeing.
I'll give you a little extra because I don't feel like fast forward.
The contracts and the issues the running backs are having in getting their worth in the league. Well, it's funny that you say that because I was about the quarterback needing some time to grow and they need to lean on the running game a little bit more. It's funny that you want to lean on the running game when the quarterback needs time to grow. And so you want to devalue that position, but yet you want to devalue it and have it do all the legwork to support another person's growth. Well, why not do both? And the balance in the game itself has shifted big time. This has become a pass-happy league. The league has set up the rules so all wide receivers and quarterbacks get the benefits. The defensive backs, they stand no chance down the field. All the acting that's going on, all the flopping that's going on, and you starting to take away the physicality aspect of the game. And so there's no chance for anybody to actually develop into, because Mike, you talked about it. I heard you mention this the other day. Back in the day, the way that you caught the ball knowing with the understanding that you're going to get smashed. Somebody's going to be there waiting on you. Today, right. Everybody can focus on just catching the ball and not worry about getting hit the way you used to get hit back in the day.
No doubt. Some people, when we look at run game, we look at it like, hey, you don't need a high caliber running back. You can just get it by anything, right? I think that the principles of a running back, I think you still need your bruiser. I think you still need your guy. I think, here's how I look at it. I truly believe that running back by committee is the way. Use 2 running backs or more. The days of one running back will not save you, right? When one running back can't get it going, just like the Cowboys were geared up, I promise you, I'm right hand to the man. I promise you, they were geared up to stop Christian McCaffrey. It showed literally in the stat sheet. Christian McCaffrey averaged 2.7 yards, and I know we want to go into this next game, right, and talk about the Chargers, but this is for context. They didn't have no plan for Jordan Mason. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have no plans for him. So on one end, where we thought we was going to slow down Christian McCaffrey, which we did, we slowed him down. We wasn't going to stop him. But we had no extra plan of attack for Mason. You know what I'm saying? They probably looked at the scouting report of Elijah Mitchell, but they didn't think about Mason. And you know, of course, they still pounded in with old boy, Kyle Juszczyk and all of that. I think that when you utilize more than one running back, it creates chaos, right? Let's listen to more of the playmaker in Emmett.
Different game. But I think the running back position, running back position is still as valuable today. That's why Christian McCaffrey is doing what he's doing out. He's in the right system.
Oh, yeah. You heard what he said? He's in the right system. I wish y'all can see his facial expression when he said he's in the right system. Right system. Because any other system outside of Kyle Shanahan and maybe a few others, right? But technically Kyle Shanahan, they probably would have abandoned the run. And it would have just been Christian McCaffrey in that game averaging 2.7 yards per run. Because of the system. But when you're in the right system, if I can't get this one going, for dog sure I can get my 3rd string or my 4th string running back going. Why? Because I'm in a system that fits me perfectly.
I think the running back position, running back position is still as valuable today. That's why Christian McCaffrey is doing what he's doing out. He's in the right system. He's in the right system. And he has a coach that thinks outside the box. Every position on the football field for him and that coach is interchangeable.
Mm-hmm. All right, speaking of those 49ers, Emmett, 42-10 happened Sunday night at San Francisco. We have beaten.
Yeah. Thomas, and I love the objectivity. Thomas says without the H, Thomas without the H. What happened to your H, Thomas? I appreciate you. He said McCaffrey did it at the Panthers system too. But you were able to neutralize Christian McCaffrey in the Panthers system, in that particular system. When we played Christian McCaffrey, I believe one year, we were able to just neutralize him. You know what I'm saying? Him downstairs, But we were able to neutralize him. Christian McCaffrey is in a unique system for him. And I'm quite sure that if you pick the head coach up, Kyle Shanahan, and put him in the Panthers, with a young Cam Newton, Christian McCaffrey, was DJ Moore's there still when Cam left or what have you? That system would have been like, man, God dog, man, the Panthers looking terribly good over there. I'm about to say terrible, but terribly good. Look at rebound. He would have been even more. They would never even traded him. They wouldn't even think about getting rid of him. Coaching do matter, ladies and gentlemen. Systems, schemes, and all of that good stuff.
Missed to death here this week on Undisputed, so we...
Yeah, Steve Smith left the year. Didn't Steve Smith, if my memory serves me correct, he left the year Cam Newton went to the Super Bowl. Christian McCaffrey didn't come to that team until what year? Was it after that year? He came after that year they went to the Super Bowl. Christian McCaffrey came in the year 2017, right? What I'm asking is, was it a time that DJ Moore and Cam Newton was still on the same team? Y'all let me know. Yeah. CeeLo said Christian McCaffrey didn't hurt us really anyway, Yeah. But, it's enough praising doggone Kyle Shanahan. He still have his warts. He's been coaching that team for 8 years now, right? How many years he been coaching that team? 9 years.
Need your wisdom, your insight, your expertise.
Let's listen to this. Listen
Where
up.
are the Dallas Cowboys right here, right now? What are they?
They're in Dallas.
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to inflate that ego all over again. I think what the 49ers did was humbling. And it is forcing the Cowboys to go back to the drawing board and to figure out what truly matters. And how far we have to go. We cannot just keep coming in with the similar game plans and trying to throw the ball to the same people and act like we're disguising something. The 49ers hit the Cowboys with a bunch of energy and a bunch of intensity. And I don't think we matched that intensity or that energy. And so, and when you turn the football over.
That was the end of that from that excerpt. Appreciate my guy, Emmett Smith on that show. Appreciate y'all, man. Let's do this.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Shout out to them. Let's go.
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for real, down for line. Keep it super thorough my way on this side. Keep it super
657-390-7391 is the hotline for your cranium. Vibranium for your cranium. Come on.
Mobbing with my brothers, there's no question, keep it real. Whether we East Coastin' or we in the Haven Hills.
There are 4 participants in the contest.
Heard you calling bluffs, I show and prove it is for real.
Come on.
Son of God, not a son of sand.
Hey.
Keep it off the books and keep it coming in. Just the old whip, see what I'm coming in. The inside caramel just
like 100 grand. Come on. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. All right, so 7391 is the hotline for your mind. Appreciate each and every last one of you all for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. I got JT from the 260. You the first one in here to touchdown. You're live on the Nation on this Friday. Talk to me.
Can you hear me, Law?
I can hear you. Man. Talk to me.
So first things first, like the defense thing, like I thought was hilarious. Now, here's what I mean by hilarious. Like to say that we're not an all-time great defense, okay, that's one thing. To say that it's not a great defense, I don't agree with that. But okay, that at least is understandable a little bit. But say we're not a good defense, that's just hate. Like that's too far. Like,
where do you place this defense? Bump their opinion. Where do you place this defense, and why?
So, as far as like a ranking, or just like what caliber are they?
You can break it up. I'll let you break it up. Break it down. You can break it down. Break it down to pieces. Offense, defense, takeaway. You can break it down. Pressure team. You can break it down. I'll let you break it down to pieces, and then give me the grade that you feel like this defense is.
Okay, I got you. So I'll start with the D line. Like I actually think the D line I'd say is a little bit above average, and the only reason why I say that is because I do think that like as far as like rushers, like rushing the passer, I think we're really good there. The run stopping I think is still a little questionable. But that's only because, like I said before, we got a rookie in Mozzie Smith in there. Like, so that's gonna take some time. Like, that's just gonna naturally be like something we can work on a little bit. The linebackers a little bit, like, it's kind of hard to know, like, with the linebackers, just because Van Der Esch is hurt a lot, and like he sometimes plays the game a little bit too slow, and like we don't know like how often like Parsons is even back there, because like Parsons plays both edge and linebacker, so it's kind of hard to grade the linebackers. The secondary, like if they're healthy, they're top notch. Like you can make an argument that they may have the very best secondary as far as just like getting the ball from other teams. Like they may have the best secondary as far as ball volume. So that's how I would break down the defense level by level. So overall, I would say, as far as like what tier I put them in, I put them in between the like highest tier of very good to the mid tier of great, if that makes sense.
Right. So great defenses, figure out how to make the plays when it's count, right? Like when you talk about great defense, you talking about turnover when necessary, forcing the fumble, creating the pressure, making ill-advised throw. Discipline, I think, is one of the things that a lot of people are not mentioning, right? Let me ask you this on the flip side. So you think we are in between very good and great, right? So I don't know what land that would be. Y'all can put that term down in the chat, you know what I'm saying? But I would say this. Who is ahead right now, this defense or offense? On a given Sunday or Monday, who do you trust more, offense or defense?
Well, that actually is a tough question.
It's tough.
If I had to pick, I would say the defense. But when I say that, I don't mean to like knock the offense. I do think the offense is still a very good offense. I just think that the defense when it plays at its best, it actually does show some signs of being historic. Like that's why it's kind of hard to like grade them like definitively. I did the best I could, but I would say the defense, like just to answer that question, Mark.
Okay, so yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. So defense. So here's the other problem when you say that, right? You got we got one more slot left. So when we get to 10 callers, I'm gonna put it on lock. So we got 9 callers in the queue right now. This is me being objective with it, right? And you painted this into this, and I have to say this, and I won't give y'all wee-woo. You got a quarterback that's due for an extension, right? And I'm not finna throw the money in there, but the money is a part of it. So would you prefer to just ride this out and then let it walk? Because now you're in a situation where you just said that you got a very good defense, right? Approaching to great. Yeah. Now, when you have a great defense, that means that you literally probably 1 or 2 pieces away from being elite, and then a few movements here from growth aspect to being generational.
Right.
Is it easier to be a elite defense versus strapping all of that and then just paying the quarterback and extending the quarterback for the next foreseeable future?
So yeah, that's an interesting question. Like I would say, in a situation we're in right now, I think what we need to do is like try to make the next contract that Dak signs more team friendly, to where we can still kind of straddle the fence and still have a little bit of both, if you know what I mean. Because like if we pay Dak, I don't even know the number, like, but if we pay him like
the going rate will be, and I know this is going to be very hurtful to people to hear this, but the going rate for right now is going to be anywhere north of $47 to $50 million, because he's going to want his agent is going to say, hey, I want the Kyler Murray type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Based off of what we're looking at from here, from the numbers. But go ahead.
So yeah, I would say, like I said, if we can do team friendly, that would be a good thing. Like to extend them, but like. And the reason I say that is because, like, there is a way, even though it's hard, it is a way that you can still pay a quarterback a decent amount of money and still keep pieces. Like, sometimes you got to push it down a little bit. Like, sometimes certain years can be worth more than that. Like, there's a way you can kind of finagle, like, the cap room and stuff like that, and actually still pay a guy a certain amount of money, but not have it count against you, like, really until, like, years down the line. Like, it is like kind of hard to do, but it can happen if it's just now. Obviously, like in order to extend him, like we don't know like how he'll play for the rest of the season. But let's assume that like he plays like Dak has played like in his whole career. Then we'll be forming to like extend him and give him like more of a team-friendly contract to still keep enough defensive guys to where we can have a truly balanced team. Law.
Yeah. I mean, that was measured, man. I appreciate you for calling in. I know I put you in the hot seat with that one. But I'm going to let my guy D Shift, he's on next, man. I appreciate you for calling in, JT. Do you want to give me your score prediction or anything before I let you go?
Yeah, I can give you a prediction. So
go ahead.
I actually think that this is going to be more of like a higher scoring game because, and I say higher scoring game because like we know the drill with the Chargers. Like they don't run the ball. Like they want to throw it all over the lot. And so I actually think this to me, I feel like is actually going to be one of those games where that goes off. Like this is going to be a shootout. I'll say 34-31 Dallas.
34-31 Dallas. Let's go, man. That's a heart attack type of game. But we'd take the dub. Appreciate you, man. Salute. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. 2 weeks ago, if anybody talking about putting 30 or 40 points on us, we'd be like, hey, man, you out your mind. But now, man, we just take the win however we can get it, right? In a perfect world, Dak Prescott, he gets out of this yeeps or yipes or what have you, whatever's going on, and get his mindset and everything going back together and say, hey, I'm driving this car and I'm going to go back to the – if we can get like hear me out, if we can get 2021 Dak, or if we can get that first wave – before the injury of the 2020 Dak, right? If we can get that version of Dak Prescott on this particular team, then damn, we on our way. But we don't have that version of Dak, right now. I don't know what's going on. Somebody help me out. It helped me, help me even if we get 2019 Dak, you know what I'm saying? If we can get those versions of Dak Prescott back on this particular team, then you can start talking about, hey, extension, hear me out. I know y'all don't want to hear this. You can start talking about extensions, and then you would take that money, instead of it being a $60 million cap hit, you can get his contract down to almost to like $7 to $10 million, and you have all of that money, and you can go get the people that you want. You can go get whoever you want. You can go get whoever you want on defense. You can absolutely have enough money to play Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, go get another dude in acquisition trade or what have you. But by him not being able to play like that, there's not a lot of meat out there for somebody to say, hey, man, give me that meat over here, man. Let me go ahead and eat that part right here because that's where the meat at on the ribs. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of them, throw that one back in, bro. And he can't. You can't even fix your mouth to say it, right? So I got my guy D Shift from the 409. You was next in line, man. Talk to me, man.
Hey, what's going on, Law? Man, as I hear y'all talk, man, one thing that kind of came to my mind was first off, it's kind of unfair to hold Micah to like an unfair standard to carry on a defense that has, it has holes, and Trayvon was a big part.
True.
A lot of great defenses in the past. You had other guys like where you had Ray Lewis. You also had like a Peter Boulware.
Right. So Suggs, Ed Reed. I mean, you had multiple guys.
Some of them DBs were
Saragusa, week in, week out. It was exactly what Prime said. You had dogs, man. He didn't say dog. He said dogs. He put dogs at the end, and nobody showed up really on defense last game. Shout out to my guy. I ain't gonna put him. He did a serviceable job, and we talking about J-Lou, right? But that's about it. Like serviceable, like he forced a fumble, he dived down on it. We seen Donald come down and hit, but it was like after some big plays. But go ahead, not to throw you off your topic there, but go ahead.
Yeah, just defensively, might have over projected, like what your linebackers might have got a little too excited about, like a Damone Clark, right?
Right.
Thinking that he was going to a little more than what he's been showing, but so you can obviously see like at this point the pieces, and you had a main piece go down like an all-pro cornerback.
True.
That went out for you, and then so as we move forward, like you're talking about a generational defense in which you have the hardest parts, right? You have a generational linebacker, so it's easier to find now. Just go find some more. Or a generational rusher, but now go find some Pro Bowl linebackers. Go find some Pro Bowl safeties. As you know, those guys kind of. I mean, you want to. Also, that's another group, right? The safety group. You thought was going to be maybe a lot more better than than what they're impacting that, right?
Right.
I'm not saying they're playing bad, but you need somebody else to make impacts.
Impactful plays.
Impactful player. As you saw, like Fred Warner, and because the first guy that's on the front of your mind is Nick Bosa.
Right.
But then Fred Warner comes out and he's an All-Pro too. So,
but what made him play even more smoother? You know what I'm saying? Is what they did up front. They could have went with the approach, but it's not going to be smeared upon like it's smeared upon our side. You know what I'm saying? Like people are beating the brakes off of Mozzie. Nobody know who Ken Law and them is over there for the 49ers and what round he was drafted. You know what I'm saying? He was drafted early, But that's the difference of levels of expectations, you see. Ken Law on the Niners can disappear, you know what I'm saying? He's in the chat, shout out to the Ken Laws, but is Ken Law considered a bust?
Well, I say with like the Eric Armsteads of their team, or you got Hufanga and you have
Hufanga, the other kid they got from the Eagles. What's his name?
Greenlaw. Oh yeah, the Eagles. You got Hargrave, and then you got is it Greenlaw?
Yeah, Greenlaw. But I'm talking about Ken Law, the interior, Javon Ken Law, the interior defensive guy. You see, what the Cowboys would do is they would say Javon Ken Law was a first-round draft pick, and we got to give him some tick because this is his third or fourth year, what have you, in the league. So we're not going to make that move to go get a Hargrave. You see what I'm saying? But what the 49ers looked at it and said, bull sugar, I got a dominant linebacker out of Fred Warner, and I got a dominant Dre Greenlaw. So they didn't stop there. They went and said, okay, let's go better our best. Let's go get an interior guy that's already made it there before, not go get a guy that's that we're waiting to be healthy or waiting to get out there on the field.
If anything, we need to be pushing for because again, we got like our Dorrance Armstrongs and our Fowlers and our Hankins, and we got guys who we want to play at B+ levels who playing at C+ levels.
Right.
And sometimes dip into the D area, and so. That A+ you got in Micah, like they have those guys on the 49ers, but they also have guys who play at consistent B+ and going to A- level. True. Versus so it's like you talk consistency overall. They just have more other like the secondary parts that play sometimes like primary parts.
Yeah.
When they're and it gives your primary guy a chance to step back. 'Cause I don't want to. Did Nick Bosa have like
a dominant game?
Yeah.
I mean, he created some pressure, man, and he was able to be a fit out there. So yeah, he still, in my opinion, that whole front, it wasn't about them. It was about your linebackers eating. Flowing and flying out to the ball and covering hook to flat. If the Cowboys going to kill you with a death of 1,000 cuts, then whenever you cut right there, just make sure that you make them pay. So on every level of our throws, they made us pay.
Yeah, it's like what Micah told Sam. Like Sam was like, well, I want to come in and be a 10+ sack guy too. You ain't doing it, And so, those guys kind of. So it's those type of guys, man, that they're not stepping up into their potential. And then, Micah's going to get all the flack for it because he does his little podcast and, he has a life outside of football,
Yeah.
But, offensively, that's a whole other story, man. I'll let you get to some other callers, though. They'll probably touch on it. So, appreciate you, bro.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Good call from my guy, D. Schiff. I had a little feedback on that. But I hope people are understanding what I'm saying is that the levels of expectations. People I don't think some of y'all know who I'm talking about when I say Javon Kinlaw. When I say Javon, and I'm not throwing any shade at the Niners, right? But I'm just throwing in objective analysis on how they went about that approach. Javon Kinlaw is healthy this season. Let me see, just to help people out, man. Yeah. And then I'll let the next caller on, boom. PFF, we're going to go Javon Kinlaw. And he was, I believe, the 14th overall or 10th overall draft pick, I believe, one year. Yeah. Here he is right here. 2 solo tackles. You see what I'm saying? 6'5", 319, 14th selection. What the Niners did, they didn't say, hey, we like our guys. We like the guy that we drafted, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to insert him in instead of going out there and getting the Hargraves. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be Kinlaw, Armstead, and Bosa, and Farrell. No. They went solidify their interior so that you can see my guy Fred Warner. Fred Warner's going to be good regardless, but it makes him even better when you have the ability to have people up front that been there before. And then I'm not even trying to say that Kinlaw will be who he is, or he was his first few years in the league. He can still develop into something. But right now, they are trying to win games. So that's a different approach. You can go with the youth, or you can go with, hey, I'm going to get a known product. Now, to be fair to the Cowboys, Hankins was our known product. But Hankins is not a one-tick or an interior defensive tackle that's going to give you what Hargraves were giving you. You see what I'm saying? Or what these other guys that was out there on the market give you. So I just want to be able to say that. All right, so the next caller, I got Dr. Q, then I got Swayze next. So Dr. Q, you're live, and then Swayze. You're live on the Nation from the 210. You in, Doc.
Hey, what's going on, brother? I've been trying to catch you for the last 2 days, man. I've just been missing you. But, hey, your man, D. Swift, man, he hit the nail on the head, brother. Yeah. What he was talking about was what I was going to talk about last. But I'm going to add on to that. From my paradigm, from my perspective. The defense, good. I think the defense was great when they had Diggs, because they can kind of cover those holes that they have with Diggs. So I think they're good defense. I don't think they have the levels. If you look at the 49ers levels, when you think about it, who do we have on our defensive line that I can think that can just take over a game? Then when you look at our linebackers, we do have Parsons. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the 49ers levels, man, from front to back, man, them guys got 2 or 3 Pro Bowlers, pretty much on every level. So I don't think our boys are there yet as far as great. Like I said, they were when Diggs, but I do think they're good. For our Cowboy fans, look, don't listen to these silly fools. I know you was playing the guy earlier talking about Dallas throwing the ball. They don't throw the ball this season. All they do is fabricate a whole bunch of BS so they can get you riled up, okay? And,
right.
And even our visitors coming into your chat, the Philly fans and the other fans, I call them visitors when I see them in your chat. Yeah. They'll sit up there and say crazy mess too. But I did a couple things, Rob. I'm gonna let you go. So for me, and this is I wanted to kind of share my thought with you a couple of days ago, but I just couldn't get in touch with you. But so when I look at, so I just want you to add this. Think about these numbers: 40 million and 26 million. That's 66 million. I won't say the names, but I'll say the first initial, last initial. You guys can figure out the names. DP at 40, DL at 26. Okay. So you're talking $66 million right there, okay? Play, and I'm not digging in their pockets or trying to, but you got to play a little bit better. What really, from my lens, what really made me upset in the 49ers game is that D-Long was playing against their tackle and their guard, man, that's not even in the top 50. And he still couldn't get a sack. Now, I like him when he comes to the run stop, But it seems like the only time D-Law gets sacks is when he played the Giants. I just cannot figure that out. He goes off on the Giants, but in his competition, I'm thinking, like, man, Mike is getting beat up by Trent. Law should be able to get in from the other side. It didn't happen. The next thing, man, I don't know if some of the fans are old enough to remember the rap group Run DMC, okay? They had a song back in the day called Shut Up. That's what I want our stars to just do. Just shut up. Just shut up and play. All this podcast stuff, and you getting upset about what Kittle was wearing. You should be upset. You should be trying to figure out a way to do something to pay them back with a T-shirt, but beat them first, and then you come back with it. But to sit up there and say you're not playing fair, I love Micah, man, but you gotta let that go. You got your butts kicked. Period. Just let it go. And the next thing, Lauren. You're spot on. You're spot on with Tony Pollard. But it's just not Tony Pollard, man. Every player that we've had on our teams that has suffered broken foot, ACL tears, I'm telling you, none of them are running right. Because what I always tell you, Law, it takes about a good 2 years for that to really heal. The only player that I've seen in the last 15 years that suffered an ACL tear and came out crazy. And then when you watch him, he was even limping with a run, and that was AP, Adrian Peterson. He's the only one that I've seen in the last 15 years you can say, okay, you can see, if you watch the player, you can see he was still running with a limp, but he was a whole different animal.
Yeah.
But my thing is, man, I just want these guys to come out here, put a good show on, man. Just quit talking. Just go out there and do it, man. Actions speak louder than words. You're on podcasts saying all this stuff, and other people are saying this. Just go out there and play the game, man, and do the best you can. And I think they're going to be all right. But as far as the defense, they're not great right now because losing that number 7 takes that away because he covered up a lot of those holes. Yeah. Last quick thing, I do want to see them get the ball, get 40 ounce more involved. Yeah. If not, you've got to go out there and maybe, I don't know if it's a big good idea, maybe you bring in Fournette for a cup of coffee. But the problem with that is, a lot of our fans don't understand. Say you bring in Fournette, it's going to take about 4 weeks to get him up to speed.
It's going to take him 4 weeks, yeah.
Learn to play, get him up to speed and all that. So now you're talking week 11 by the time the guy even gets on the field.
You know what? You know the reason why I want that is because, you play ball. When it get cold, man, them licks hurt. You know what I'm saying? And he'll be just right. Just when that weather start getting cold and nobody really want to tackle him, he'll be that version for us, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I always looked at it like this. What really helped the Giants out when they won their Super Bowl run in 2007 wasn't really Eli. It was that dude, that big old 27, whatever his name was. Brandon.
Brandon Jacobs.
He bullied. Yeah. When it got cold, nobody wanted. It got cold, man.
Yep. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, bring him in.
They just have to stick. Go ahead, Lars.
No, you good.
Oh, okay, yeah. They have to figure out. They, in my opinion, you're either gonna feed 40. As you call them 40 ounce. I don't know the kid's name. But
I keep messing
feed
up.
Him. Yeah, you're gonna either feed him, play him a little bit more. You have to bring in a bruiser, man, to kind of offset what Pollard's doing. But I'm telling you, man, all our stars that have been hurt with the knee injury or the foot broken. Well, you can look at them and tell, man, they're not the same. They're not the same. Now, will they get there? Yeah. It's going to take some time, man. It's going to take time.
What's your observation now of Gallup though? Since it's been, because is he going to be like one game he show up, one game he going to go away, one game he show up? What's your analysis on that?
So my observation, my paradigm, my perspective is that you can still see that he's favoring it. He's not, obviously, he's making the money, so he's got to make it look like it's not there, but he's still favoring it. So it's been what? It's been a year? It's been a year since he toured it now. He's going to do roughly a year.
Yeah.
So it's still going to take it. Yeah, it's still going to take a little bit time because you got to think about it, man. When you tear your ACL, you think about it. What's really damaging is because you have blood in the vessels and the ligament, and also the ligaments also tear, and it leaks blood into the joints. They got to go in there and pull that stuff out. So there's some work involved in that, man. But your point with Gallup, I still think he's kind of favoring that, man, a little bit. You can tell on his routes, man, they're not clear, they're not crisp. So he's still got some stuff going on. Even you guys talked about Dak in the running. If you look at Dak, he's slow. You can tell that the foot is kind of look like, I don't know if you heard of a medical term, we call it foot drop. Foot drop, when it looks like you push your foot down and it looks like you're trying to touch the ground, but your foot is not there. It's called foot drop. And so when I see Dak running, it looks like he could have that potentially. And then you look at Pollard the other day, you can tell even running to the sideline with the fumble, it's kind of like he's not. It's like he's got a bob. It's like he's got a bob. Before he gets hit, you can kind of tell he's nursing a little bit. Those players are not right, man. They're not right. And it's just going to take some time, but they'll get there, man. And I do believe that they'll have a good outing coming up against the Chargers.
Right.
But I think I'm looking at a 23-17 game. I don't think it's going to be crazy because they're at home and they're going to be hyped up, and we are trying to recover from the beat down. But I do believe we'll pull it out. I do want to see Parsons go back to strictly linebacker, then that means you have to bring Sam Williams in, man, and let him play. Let him play. Don't pull him out.
Hey, you saw what he did. You saw what he did on Twitter. A fan, shout out to Ernie. He said that this will make Michael Parsons play more linebacker, and then Sam Williams responded like, "Praise God." You know what I'm saying? I think that Sam Williams he's not a beta guy, you know what I'm saying? He really, if you ever talk to him, he's really got that alpha male mentality, right? And by him sitting on the bench, he can't get going, you know what I'm saying? By sitting on the bench, rotating in, he wants to be the starter, but as young players, you got to get them out there, you know what I'm saying? You drafted him in the second round. He want to be an edge guy. Granted, Parsons is better than him, right, on edge, but you can't have all of these guys that's sitting there wasting their talent and not getting out there. You can't have that like that. But I always love when you call in, bro, because you bring in a medical perspective to it. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, man. All right, brother. I appreciate it, man. Hey, Cowboys fans, take care. All right, no, take care.
No doubt, man. Good call from Dr. Q. I mean, I'm not going to go back and forth and challenge him on all of those terminologies and things like that. I can say here that it's good to see that he sees some of the things that, like, have you ever seen something that you can't diagnose, but you know it's something, and then when somebody confirm it, you're like, oh, okay, that's the terminology that need to be married to what I need to say now, But I would say this, I think that when you have an injury, and then you get healed and you recover from it, doesn't mean that the injury is 1,000%. Some people, have bad knees or what have you, and when it start raining, their knees start hurting. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that could be the situation and scenario. I would say this. Albert says Gallup can only run slants. I think that Gallup is better at slants, and although the interception on that slant ball came from a slant ball, but I think Gallup is even better on fade balls, right? And the big trust that Gallup used to have with his lower body extremities is not there. So, and when he goes up for that 50-50 ball, he's thinking and I'm just thinking from the outside looking in, Gallup's still my dude, but I'm thinking from the outside looking in that got to play on his mind, right? Damn it, he caught a touchdown, and he came down and he held on to the ball, a noble thing. But that's how he got the injury, right? So I know that's in the back of his mind, right? Dak, when he's scrambling and running, and he got the injury from the scramble, he's on the back of his mind. He's like, damn, I don't know if somebody going to jump on my back or not. You know what I'm saying? And I already got the pressure of half of the fan base say Cooper Rush, Trey Lance, you know what I'm saying? If I go down now, you know what I'm saying, them boys going to be ahead of me. So that's all on his mind. Not making excuses for him, but from the outside looking in, that's how he looked like. He looked like he play like he don't want to get hurt. And we as fans, we just want to win the game, man. So that's how they go. I got Swayze, man, live.
Conference has been locked.
On the Nation, man, from the 908. Swayze, you live.
What's going on, Lord? This is Swayze, the objective Cowboys fan here, giving objective analysis. Every time I call in and give my opinion, I've been always right. I just haven't been wrong all season. I don't know if you noticed that since the off season, but I've been calling in for a while. I've been pretty right. It started with Jason Garrett, and then it's slowly going towards the quarterback. And obviously I don't want to argue or beat it to the ground with that particular scenario. But the diagnosis I got with Dak Prescott is old age. He's older. He's 30 years old, and he's not going to be the same man, or his body type is not the same as when he was a rookie. Go back to his rookie tapes. He's a lot faster. He was stronger. He was a little bit more stout from his build. Just the fact how he was built, coming from Mississippi State, he was like a Tim Tebow-esque type build. Now the way he builds himself now, you can tell he's not lifting weights like he used to before. He's not using the same regimens as he used to before because he's focused on his mental game and also his accuracy. But the thing is, that's not his natural tendency or his natural talent to be accurate. So now that he's focusing straight off his tendency of being accurate or being from a mental aspect, he lost his running game. Now, do I believe that his injury has some effect towards it? Yeah, I do, but at the same time, he was never some sort of speedster, but he had some mobility towards him. Even then, when you look at 2018, 2019, of course, he had some runs and some tenacity runs, all through, especially the playoffs against the Seahawks, but that wasn't the same speed that he had in 2016. So even then, he slowly regressed when it comes to his speed over time throughout the years. That's number one. We got to stop making excuses for Dak. This is 2023. We're not doing that this year. Number two, with the running back situation, I told you what Dak Prescott needed. Now, of course, I do believe Dak Prescott is an average quarterback, but I do believe we could win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott. But the fact is, Dak Prescott needs an elite running game and tight end. He doesn't need an elite wide receiver. That's not Dak Prescott's game to throw outside the numbers. He needs an elite tight end and an elite running game. That's why I want to trade 2 first-round picks for Bijan Robinson. Y'all laughed at me.
Yeah, we did laugh at you on Bijan Robinson thing. Yeah, you're right. But see, here's the thing though. I think that I think people looked at the lifespan of the running back, and if you said if you don't win now mode, then if you are, then
we're win now mode.
We're win now mode. But the Jones family, they don't have the pressure. They don't have that pressure to be like that, right? They don't have the pressure to be in the win now mode. Unfortunately, and you did bring up that point, and you were right on the category of the running back situation. But I'm not all the way out the house on Tony Pollard. I'm going to give him a little more grace. Although the realism of expectation, like what Dr. Q said, you had to expect that he was going to be a drop off coming off of an injury, right? As far as the tight end. Although I wasn't in the belief, Swayze, were you with the belief that we should have paid Dalton Schultz, or we should have went out there and just got another veteran tight end? What was your thoughts on that? I forgot.
No, we should never. No, don't pay Dalton Schultz. He's a generic white tight end that has a little bit of athleticism that could do a little something in the outside space.
Right.
An elite tight end. Now, if we wanted to give up, if the Falcons, let's say hypothetically, the Falcons is like, we give us a first and second for Kyle Pitts. I would do that in a heartbeat. I would literally do that for Kyle Pitts. Like, that's what Dak Prescott actually needs. Not an elite wide receiver. He needs an elite tight end, a receiving tight end, so he could throw in between the numbers, like not outside the numbers, but in between the numbers. That's his game. It's never been like that. Remember, in 2016, when Dak Prescott was at his best, in my opinion, from an efficiency standpoint, he had Jason Witten, at least. He had like a Jason Witten type tight end that knew how to, even though he wasn't the fastest, but on those crucial third downs, a lot of those was passes to Jason Witten.
they killing you, man, with the generic. There's a generic white tight end, Trey killing. Generic white tight end. It just hit me. I thought you said generic tight end, but you say generic white tight end.
We always get those, like, for some reason. They like third round pick from like Duke or something. Like, it's like, come on, bro. Like, can we stop doing that, bro? Like, just get an elite receiving tight end. That's
gosh, man. Off-brand Travis Kelce, off-brand, not the brand, off-branded. Yeah, but keep going, bro. Keep going. Yeah.
Now, but the running back situation, and I'm not saying Tony Pollard was trash, but he's a Joseph Randle type running back. Remember Joseph Randle? Someone that was a change of pace type. Running back. Now, I do believe Tony Pollard is better than Joseph Randle. I do believe that. But I'm saying that he was an elite running back, meaning that he can break he can be like, we need an amazing running back for Dak Prescott. That's exactly what we need.
Oh, you talking about in relations to Dak? What we need? Because Tony Pollard by himself, he's okay. It's just for Dak, he need to be. he need to be.
Exactly. That's what he needs. That's all I'm saying. I just think that the way the Joneses and the GM, I think they set Dak Prescott up for failure, to be honest with you. Now I do believe, Dak Prescott is not what I think Dak Prescott is, but I do believe they set him up for failure from a talent standpoint. This talent is more equipped for like a Cooper Rush, like someone, you kind of get what I'm saying. That's what the talent is more equipped for. It's not equipped for a type of quarterback Dak Prescott is.
Well, we'll find out, man, down the stretch, man. Before I let you go, man, what's your thoughts on this defense, bro? What's your thoughts?
I think the defense is still good to great. The fact
Good to
is,
great.
I told you a couple of weeks ago, the 2000 Ravens would never come back. There's going to be times where your defense has lapses.
Damn, you did say that. You did say that. Yeah, go ahead.
When the defense has lapses, you need your quarterback to not go 3 and out, because once that offense goes 3 and out, the avalanche continues, and now you go through a situation where the defense gives up 40 points. The fact is, did the defense not step up in the beginning of the game? No, they did not. But the fact is that three and outs added more symptoms to our sickness involving our defense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the 3 and outs did not help. So when it comes to that, that's why we give up the 40 points. Now, if we had someone like an elite quarterback or something like that can create magical plays on 3rd down and, you know what I'm saying, carry the team on their back, the defense might give up 28 points instead of 42 points. Like,
yeah, we'd have lost by 3 instead of by 20-something. You know, I feel you, man. Thank you, man.
we'd have lost by like 3
We're gonna lose that game. Yeah, I feel what you said, man. Appreciate you,
Yeah, of course, we on the roll. Yeah. And also, I just want to say one thing though. We cannot extend. First of all, we cannot extend Dak Prescott's contract. We just can't do that. That's number one. Number two, Shedeur Sanders. Remember that late 1st round pick. Like, if he comes out, like, remember that. Like, that's from a marketing perspective.
This is what I'm gonna agree with you on this right here. If Shedeur is drafted by the Dallas Cowboys, I'm going to also hear this button right here, you know what I'm saying? Because I already see it, and I seen it because I kind of watched between the lines, and I watched Prime, you know what I'm saying? And Prime, you know, he going to follow his son. And if Shedeur is drafted by the Dallas Cowboys, also Prime will be your next head coach here in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? If it's anybody, if anybody I'll kick off and I'll say, hey, bring them in, it's the stars, it's the bright, it's the sail, it's the atmosphere. Man, can you imagine on the because he said he don't like to coach millionaires and blah, blah, blah. But if Shedeur goes to doggone Cowboys, watch Prime coming right along with him. He going to leave Colorado just like he left my Jackson State, man. Yeah, just watch.
Man, that's a fact, though. But I see you, Lord. Like, I appreciate it. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the show.
No doubt, man. I can tell the way Prime be talking. And normally he will go all the way in on the Cowboys. But he told the line a little bit. But it would have been if yes, indeed, man. Oh my goodness, bro. Yeah, that'll be the only way Prime will coach in the National Football League. It will happen. My only thing would be is Jerry will be even older, though. You know what I'm saying? You know, Anton said true conspiracy theory right there, bro. Yes, indeed, man. I was so mad when Prime went to my JSU because I knew he was going to leave. I said, man, he ain't going to stay here long. We got to squeeze and get out as much as we can. You know what I'm saying? But when that old boy said he ain't swag, and he said, if I ain't swag, who's swag? I said, damn, he gone. You know what I'm saying? And money answereth all things, man. I got a few other callers here. I got DT, then I got MJ, then I got Queen. All right, so I got my guy DT from the 904. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
Man, it's always good to hear from you. And I heard a little rumor that Skip offered you a good contract and you turned it down.
Hey, man.
He said he would outdo anybody if he got you on his show. You hear me?
Hey,
he
man.
begged you to get on there and you turned it down.
Man,
Damn.
hey, man, I'm loyal to y'all, but man, I might have to
Stop! Thief! Come back, thief!
I might have to steal some of that money and then come back and get fired or something. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know, you hit it right on the head. If his son come here, Jerry Jones would clean house and let Deion. That would be the first black head coach.
Yeah,
because his money would triple. His money would triple. Whatever he asked for, he'd get.
Yeah, hey, you talking about the free agency people will be coming over here playing for free. The best DBs on the free agent market.
I'll make it up later on.
Yes,
we'll get us the Super Bowl, a few of them.
Yeah. It'll be the whole other. Can you imagine doing a press conference with the shades? And you know what I'm saying? You got the chain. He got the big old gold chain. You know what I'm saying?
If Mike McCarthy had that type of attitude where he could talk the dead to rise, we would whoop the hell out. That's what it comes down to. The leader. You got a general going into war, and he's scared. You're going to get your behind whooped.
Yeah.
You're just going to get a good ass whooping.
Yeah.
We got to play it. I don't want to hear nothing more about, well, we need to get rid of Dak. You know how many quarterbacks that comes out of the first round don't make it from different teams years and years?
Right.
Brady, 6th round. 7 Super Bowls.
Let me ask you, DT, objectively speaking, though, you know, we gonna speak objectively here. Would you extend Dak right now? Talk to me now.
What right now?
Right now, would you extend Dak for $50 million APY? Or you gonna be a little over $50 million?
If it helped me keep Parson and Lamb, I would.
You would do that, right, man?
And damn right I would. If you could put Elway's ass in for all them years, and then you lucked up on what was the running back's name? Davis. What was his name? For Denver when they finally won the Super Bowl.
Hey, I got my hands up, man.
He's gonna win with us or somebody else. You just need to quit babying him when he get off there and mess up, getting his ass.
But then you extend him for 5 years. You're gonna give him $55 million, or you know? Would you do that? I'm just acting. I'm asking objectively right now. You know what I'm saying? So you said you would do it. You would do it.
I asked you. If I could get more players and keep my players, I would. Yes.
You will have the money though. DT, you will have the money. You will have in additions of, I believe, $55 to $60 million plus whatever the cap go up to. So you will have a lot. You will have the opportunity right now to have that unbelievable team that we've been asking for on the defense side.
I would sign his purple stripe suit wearing ass right now. And I'm saying that I saw him on YouTube when he pulled up in his car and he had on that purple suit. Yeah. You ain't royalty. Take that damn suit off.
Oh yeah. You sound so you would extend him, but then you'll give him some more hard, stern conversation. Like, look, man.
Oh, we would be in the room.
In the room.
In the upper room. In the upper room.
In the upper room. Hey man, DT man, what else you? Hey, before I let you go, man, what's your thoughts on this defense?
We good. Like I said, it's the leader. He was scared of anybody else. You ever see somebody coming out of school and say, I'm going to get you at 3 o'clock, and the person coming out there scared looking around the corner? That's McCarthy's ass.
McCarthy is on the defense problem, or was it Dan Quinn? Which one?
McCarthy's the general.
True.
McCarthy's the general. I was in the military. They getting your ass. The general getting the colonel's ass. You better get this shit together.
Hell yeah.
Or you'll be a lieutenant.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm going to say this and I'm going to let you go. I saw a video not too long ago when Ali was getting ready to fight George Foreman.
Right.
As they coming out their dressing room. And he stopped and looked around. And he said, what the hell y'all scared of? I'm the one getting in the damn ring.
True.
If I feel off y'all, I don't have a chance.
Yeah.
Now y'all quit acting like y'all scared.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, you right on.
Come from the leader.
The leader. Appreciate you, DT, man. Thank you for calling in, bro.
All right. Don't turn that money down when you come after you.
Hey, I'm taking every crumb, man. I'm throwing you some, too, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
Yes, indeed. That's my guy, man. Daryl, man. Hey, man, I'm going to ask everybody that get on the phone, I'm going to ask them that question too, by the way. I got MJ. I had Queen. She done dipped up out of here. Shout out to you, Queen. And then we're going to get to the Super Chats on the back end. So I appreciate all of y'all Super Chats, and we'll go over the Super Chats. But I got MJ, man. You're live on The Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. And you're in the mix from the 206, man. Talk to me, man.
What up, Law? How you doing?
Man, doing great. Going great. But before we get started, you the GM, would you extend Rain Dakota Prescott right now?
You have to keep the other players. I hate to say it.
Okay, 5-year, 55 APY. Okay, and then go ahead.
Don't have to do it. I'm sorry. We got stuck when he did that no trade clause. He pimped us. So he pimped us, y'all.
So you would do the extension, and then you would say within the contracts that allows you to do some modifications, right? So once you extend, you modify the contract to say, hey, with this extension, you will have to waive the trade clause.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna waive that trade clause. Ain't no more of that.
Yeah.
And if his agent say, well, we ain't doing it, well, I'm gonna play that song. Let the door hit you in the ass. I'm not playing with you no more, man.
Yeah.
We trying to win Super Bowl. I done made you rich. I've been loyal. All the fans cried for you to get your money. You got your money, and you ain't gonna pull this on me. So you better go in that room and talk to your agent. Either or.
Either
and then
or.
I tell Parson and Diggs, yo, man, give me 1 year. After this, y'all gonna get all your money. Because we get all this I'm sorry. The quarterback gonna be gone. I'll be straight up. I'll go pull Parson and Diggs right in the room. Say, man, this guy don't want to do it. I try to give him his money. I'm not doing it. I'm trying to win Super Bowls. So, and my favorite two quarterbacks will be Shadur and the Oklahoma quarterback. That Oklahoma quarterback is the most dangerous quarterback. He's like Steve Young. What he did in Texas, he's so excited, man. He could run. He know how to read defenses, and he could throw that ball.
Yeah.
Shadur, the Oklahoma quarterback. Yeah. Bye-bye, Dak Prescott. Bye.
Yeah.
I'm
Wait a minute. You won't be able to do that if you extend them. If you extend Dak, you won't be able to. Well, you can technically, but then look at your quarterback room heading in. Is it a given that Shador is leaving to the NFL next season? Because I thought he said he was going to stay.
I think he got 1 more year.
1 more year. So you talking about 25? Okay. But all this stuff could be erased if we win the Super Bowl. Well, that's a whole other story. But yeah.
Because we want to win, but like and all the fans on here, hey guys, I'm gonna tell you again. I keep it real. Y'all ain't gonna like it. I'm a Cowboy fan. Always been, even before Jerry Jones. Even my quarterback, Danny White, went to 4 NFC championships, and it gave me hope. We got beat, but at least made it to the championship. Just like Nate Newton say, can we make it to the NFC championship first? And if you can't read defenses, bro, you're in trouble. Now, what I'm mad about, I told you. Now, I like McCarthy because you can't get mad at him. 12-5, 12-5.
Right. You still got to give that man a little grace, right? A little grace.
Give him his credit.
Yeah, grace and
mercy.
mercy.
I'm mad at McCarthy, he did not run the plays like he did against the Jets. And if you see that bump and run, that's when you should have got him. Oh, they playing bump and run, and you didn't turn the plays. That's an F.
Yeah,
so I'm going to give him an F. Now I'm going to see what he do this week. Now let me go to the you know who I'm finna tear up now. Let me go to y'all favorite boy, Dan Quinn.
The Madison.
They said, what you call your defense? I call them the shitty boys. They the shitty boys to me because they all hype and no fun. And that's what Deion say. They got Bulldog, Randover, and they always do this. Since I've been a Cowboy fan, that's why Tony Romo could never win because that sorry defense. And Canty was on it. We had a chance that year to go to the Super Bowl. We had the number 1 seed, and we let the Giants beat us, and they went to the Super Bowl and won. You see what I'm saying? So we always have an opportunity, and these boys put on that helmet, that star, and they choke y'all. And they all about flash, get their money. Oh, I want my money. They got y'all fans over. Oh, man, pay him his money. And then as soon as they get their money, they choke on y'all. I'm of it. I don't want no players like that. I need some dogs, like Deion said. And you right. I bet Deion said he probably cussing them dudes out. They probably mad. Oh, you want people? Yeah, get out of here. Hey, Jerry, get his sorry ass. He'll be like Jerry Jones. Get his ass out of here, man. Cut his ass. Yeah, we got to get rid of these players that y'all like. They sorry, man. A lot of these players are sorry. They don't play. Dan Quinn, favoritism on defense. Here go my starting defense. Mozzie, Hankins, D-Law, 99 at the edge rush, or 54. Then I go switch them back. Now since we got a dog in the middle, y'all got a dog now in the middle, the guy we just picked up. You put him in the middle, 33 or the other linebacker, 11 the other linebacker. Because that's 4-4, 4-3, and you got the middle set. Now you got hitters, and they can cover tight end. Now you ain't got to put no small safety. Number 30 start. Number 1 might be on the bench. Number 6, we're going to bring you back slow. 28, stay in your lane. If you don't stay in your lane, you're going to be over on the bench because your contract is good. 21, now you can bump and run. My boy, 26, you can bump and run. Now we playing defense. Now they got now we got a chance because we bumping and running. The safeties know who they covering. The linebackers there eating, and the D tackles. You see what I'm saying? Now you, instead of playing this small ball defense, putting all these little dudes in the middle, we getting gashed. Stop favoritism, Dan Quinn. You getting us killed and embarrassed. Now, if you come out with this junk this week against San Diego, they might score 30 on us. Because that number 5 will torture. They receivers are dangerous. And that halfback coming out the backfield. So, like you say, Law, this weekend, that dude want to win so bad, he want to embarrass us. He going to try to embarrass us. He saw that San Francisco tape. I guarantee you, he going to do some of the San Francisco play.
He gonna try to do that, Marv. I appreciate you so much, man, for calling in, man. What else you got?
All I got to hit them like, and like I said, I keep it real. I'm not kissing no Dan Quinn ass like y'all gonna do on here, trying to got some turnover. I don't want no turn. I want to see some defense. You see them, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. And how about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? Appreciate you, man. It's a good call from my guy, MJ. I think we did have some little personnel issues on defense. I think that it'll be rectified when you see Razor Evans in the game. You know what I'm saying? If not, Malik Jefferson, he's a guy that's a downhill guy. I think that he will show up, and as well as if Clark can just get his head going, man, in the right direction, it will be good for us. Let's see, man, if we see Parsons line up at Mike this Monday night, or seeing Parsons line up all over the field. We will see, man. Still a lot of season left, and keep in mind, Rashawn is still on the practice squad. He's not signed to the 53. And Mikael Jones is the other guy who's number 52 for us. He's another guy that I need to pull up some tape on him. So we got some bigger guys in there, and size do matter, and we would need that down the stretch here, and we'll see how we look like for these next 5 to 6 weeks. LVE will be out, so this is a good little stretch run. My thing is, if we start looking good in that spot, do you bring back LVE? That will be the conversation there. I got these next call. I got Brandon, and then Cowboys Dwayne, and then Hector. Those will be the last 3 amigos right there. I got the 815. You're live. Brandon, talk to me.
What's up, Lau? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Would I expand that? Heck no. I would be drafting a quarterback. To me, I would at least use a second-round pick on the quarterback this year. At least. It's too many good quarterbacks coming out for you not to get one. Sorry. Sorry that. Not really. I think my prediction for Monday night is 24-17. We really just need a win. I honestly, I don't care how we do it. We need a win in the worst way. We going into a bye week. You don't want to lose and have them talking bad about us for the next 2 more weeks. We cannot afford to lose this game Monday night.
So this is more of a must-win game than last week, for For 2 weeks, yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. With Michael Gallup, look, I like Michael Gallup. He a good dude. Like, I like him.
Yeah.
But you said a step and a half slow. You was being generous, Law.
A step and a half, man. A little step and a half. He was 2 steps last year, man. Hey, he did he show up? He looked pretty good. What was it, the Patriots game? You know, he looked pretty good out there, didn't he? He's showing up a little bit.
I guess, Law. We're not doing that, Law. Because what we can't do is accept mediocre play. And I'm not saying he's playing mediocre, but it's like maybe a couple inches above it. That's all I'm saying. We need to go get Leonard Fournette right now. He a running back. I don't care, but it's not going to take him 4 weeks to get ready. He a running back. Tell him which hole to run to. We going into a bye. Give him 10 to 12 carries and give him a package. Are we trying to win the Super Bowl or not, Law? Like,
man, I don't know, man. You know,
like, come on, Law. So all I'm saying is, Monday night we need a win. Really don't care how we do it. We need a win in the worst way, Law. Like,
yeah, I would definitely pick up the phone and I would literally love the ideal of Tony Pollard, Leonard Fournette, and then I would love some packages where we get into the red zone. Leonard Fournette in 40 ounce, right? That's gonna be touchdowns, right? I'm looking back at the year.
Law,
yeah.
Law, even if you're not a big fan of Leonard, even if you're not a fan of Leonard Fournette,
yeah,
when he get inside the 5, he's deep. He getting the ball in the end zone.
Yeah. He getting in
there.
Yeah, big boy. Yeah.
He getting in the end zone. So, Law, we need a win. There's no need for me to go in on that. We need a win.
Yeah.
We need a win, period.
Yeah.
Shout out to Law. Shout out to the nation. Shout out to my Cowboys. Man, we need this win, guys.
Yeah.
Please.
Let's go get this win.
Cowboys.
Yes, indeed, man. Because especially, man, I can't go 2 weeks, man, into this cycle of man. I can't. You know, people. I be saying you got to be hungry, Brandon. I'll be like, if you want a thing bad enough, people like, man, forget you, Law. If you go in there one end out the other, man. I be trying to motivate, but I appreciate you, man.
No, you gonna have to do it hard. Do it with passion too, Law, please. Because
we gonna need it, man. We got to get this dub, man. I appreciate you, Brandon. Hey, a lot of times, a lot of people don't agree with Brandon, but I firmly agree with the idea of bringing in Leonard Fournette. Even I don't care how big he is. I think he probably looked like a donut. He ate a donut and probably ate 4 or 5 bags of donuts. I don't care because it's about. I want Pollard to bounce off of that. And then when Pollard get, hey, he get winded or what have you and can't go, then I want Rico to bounce off of Fournette. You know what I'm saying? And keep that momentum and that wave going. I want to see packages with 40 ounce in Fournette. But what we want, the Joneses might not even see. You know what I'm saying? They got a rate Charles plus Stephen Wonder vision to that. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope, man, that this team, whatever happen, and this is not me being knee jerky. This is just me knowing that you already look. This is what we got. We already got a guy out of Pollard who was recovering from a broken what have you, and now he's going into the season. He's a half step slower, right? And it's not cold yet, man. When it get cold, them legs gonna hurt even more. And then Rico, he haven't proven that he's going to be a healthy guy all throughout the year, even though he do show some explosive plays and he have the mindset to be aggressive. But I need the physicality with what a Leonard will bring to the table. Yes, indeed. Or even in pass blocking and stuff like that. And then you mix that in with whatever we got going on. I got Cowboys Dwayne, man. You live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, man, from the 817.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, Law.
Appreciate you.
Well, thing I have is about the whether you pay Dak or whether you
find another find another quarterback. But you have to look at it like this. You have to pick and choose your poison. Because if you pay Dak, you trying to win now. But if you end up drafting a quarterback in the draft or if you're trading, you got to at least wait a year or two for them to develop in order to be somewhat of an average quarterback. I mean, you already have a quarterback who knows the system, who's familiar with the system, and you can do a lot more with him versus getting someone who's just brand new, who went behind the ears. Because you're still going to have to learn the game, and he's going to be able to have to learn defenses and look to see what to look for. But if Dallas would take Dak back to when he got the starting role, put him back in that same scheme of things, and just let him be Dak. You know what I'm saying? Don't put handcuffs on him. Just let him flow with the game. You know what I mean? Then it would be a whole lot better. But then in this game, 49ers wanted it better than we did. Their intensity was just off the charts. I mean, they front four is a beast, and their linebackers are a beast. So, I mean, I couldn't see you doubling up on Bosa without having a free shot from a linebacker. So, I mean, you have to pick and choose your poison. So, but I'm hoping this game right here will make them go back to the drawing board and see, okay, this is what we did good, this is what we didn't do good, this is what we need to focus on here, this is what we need to X out here. I just want them to go back to the drawing board because, like I said now, I would panic if it was like the last 3 games of the season. But we're not even in the middle of the season yet.
Yeah,
you know
we're going into week 6, yeah.
Yeah, we're just in the middle of the season. We still got a lot to learn from. We're going to have growing pains. That's just flat point. We're just going to have growing pains.
True to that.
And there's no team that's going to be undefeated without if you don't go through like my mom always tell me.
Mama knows.
How can you have a testimony if you ain't been through no test?
Yeah, you can't have a testimony without a test. Mama said. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Mama said. Yes, indeed. There'll be days just like this. And that's why I say that. Yeah. Mamas be right, man. Mama said eat them beans, man. You know it's crazy, Dwayne. Growing up, we didn't like them lima beans and butter beans. You know what I'm saying? But now when you get a little older, man, them butter beans go hard, man. They busting. Man, give me some cornbread, man. Give me some lima bean, butter bean. Don't matter. Give me a bean, man. Yeah, bean pie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, give me some beans.
Put it with some cornbread. We'll be all right.
Cornbread. Mama said eat your beans, man, and rice. You know what I'm saying? And then if you get tired of that, eat rice and beans. Beans and rice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But see, here's what it is, man. When you're young, you don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? But when you get older, you be like, damn, they're telling the truth, and that is the reality of it. It's going to take some time. It's going to be, even if we do, and that's what I'll be trying to protect some of these things from, even people yelling out, let's go get a rookie, let's go get a rookie. Well, the expectation of that rookie is going to be at an all-time high. Based off of what Ford did. You know what I'm saying? They were like, wait a minute, when Ford was a rookie here, he won 13 games. So you can't be willing to get a rookie and they only win 5 or 6. You see what I'm saying? Or you get a rookie here and they make rookie mistakes. Now, granted, your veteran quarterback can't make those rookie mistakes. But when you start seeing that, right now, the darling, Cooper Rush, everybody think, hey, he's good. You know what I'm saying? But we know that, hey, once he started teetering away, then, all it takes is one loss and people would turn on you in Dallas. And everybody want Trey Lance, But when Trey Lance go out here and he played like against Chicago Bears, you know what I'm saying, the year he played, you know what I'm saying, for the 49ers, they would turn on. Look, Cowboys are known for turning on players, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody everybody loved Joseph Randle when he said meat left on the bone. Joseph Randle finna tear it up. And then when Joseph Randle started stealing draws and cologne, you know what I'm saying? Get Joseph off the team, and I seen it with Troy Hambrick too. So it's what it is, bro. I appreciate you for calling in. Yo.
Thank you for having me, man. You have a blessed day. Let's go,
well.
Cowboys.
Let's go, man. Hey, what's your score prediction?
Well, it's going to be under 40, so I'm going to go on and say about 21 to I give them 14 in favor of us.
Yeah. Okay, let's go, man. I'll take that one. Appreciate you. Good call from Cowboys, Dwayne. You know what I'm saying? and things. All right. And shout out to the Lima Beans. You know what I'm saying? Mama said. Hector, man, from the 731. Smoke, you live.
What's up?
What's up, man? Talk to me, Smoke.
It ain't smoke, but I'll take it.
Hey, man. why I got you under here smoke there, man? What's talk to me, man? What's going on, man? What happened?
That's okay. Just keep me on there like smoke. We can roll with that.
Yeah, we already smoke. Come on, Smoke 731. Cowboys Smoke. Bring it, man. Talk to me, man.
Lord, man, first of all, appreciate everything you do. And salute to the nation, man. All the fans that are Cowboy fans, we're unique. We get bashed, we get battered, and we keep it moving. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Law,
talk to me.
You've been a fan since before the Joneses came into power, right?
True.
What percentage of our fan base do you think have been fans before the Joneses took power? What would you say? 70%, 80%, 60%? What?
I would say, is more because you got the wagoners. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is like the bandwagon. You know, I think it's like a number around 25 to maybe 30%, and that number could be too high. Of like old Cowboys, olden fans. You know what I'm saying? Because you know a lot of people jumped ship, man, when he got rid of Tom Landry. You know that was a hell of a turnover. You know what I'm saying? And,
that's
you know,
right.
the first 2 years of Jimmy Johnson, people were like, hey, you know what I'm saying, what's going on? But then you saw a little something in the year 3, and then he was able, you know, turn everything around. Yeah, for the last 2 seasons.
I was moving furniture around back then when that happened.
Yeah. And then it didn't help. It didn't help because of our division. People failed to realize Washington was killing it, you know, and then the Giants started killing it, you know. So it was a lot of younger folks don't remember, you know. That's why Big Game James, he's 51, right? So Big Game James, he had a listing of like his bigger rivalries. And his bigger rivalry still to this day, I think, is the Washington team. You know what I'm saying? Because of what they was doing during that time frame. But keep going, bro.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I'm actually older than that time frame too.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say, Law, is that, you know, we have a fan base that it just crosses all the boundaries. I mean, we cover all the different decades. But when you have somebody like, and I hate to name names, but I have to.
Yeah.
But when you have content creators, man, that usually try to bash certain fans for speaking on what they see.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to realize that for each fan, it's personal. It's
personal.
It's history. We know our history, Law.
Yeah.
Because you were there before the Joneses, you are considered a lifer. You're a lifer. You're a lifelong Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
A lot of the Cowboy fans right now aren't lifers. They don't know what the past was like. They don't know the hard times that we went through before we seen those 3 Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They only know the present and what's going on now.
Yeah.
Lord, I got to ask you something.
Talk to
on
me.
Our offense and on our defense. On our offense, why has it taken so long for the Dallas Cowboys to figure out that playoff football, you have to be more physical? That's the most physical time of the year.
That's a good question. That's a damn good question. Offense, we are not a physical offense. We are a finesse offense, from what I can look at, and either you're gonna have it or you don't. And nothing wrong with being finesse too, by the way. You know, I look at we definitely are not like the Miami Dolphins we see this year or the '99 Rams, right? So we definitely not those teams that I consider a more finesse team. We definitely. Maybe we can't say the early stages of the Colts offense. Remember, that was an offense that struggled a lot, right? But they leaned on run game, and then they had a quarterback that would throw you 25 touchdowns and 26 interceptions, right? So that was the earlier stages of the Colts. This offense right here is exactly what my guy C.D. Lamb said. It's a no identity because it haven't been established. Are we a physical team on offense? No, not right now. Are we a team that's going to march it down the field and put up a touchdown when we get the ball? No, we haven't been that efficient. So right now we're in a weird spot that we haven't seen since, 2017, where we looked this kind of bad on offense? You can argue that? Or the first few games in 2018?
So if we're not a physical team, if we have no identity, but we're not physical, and you just said we're not physical because we haven't shown physicality on a consistent basis.
On a consistent basis.
Especially in the when you get against these teams that are top tier teams, and you just listed like 5 or 6 of them earlier, these teams already know that we're not physical, so they're going to come and bully ball us.
Well, to the degree, now this is what I got to say. To be fair, Tyler Smith is a physical guy, right? Zach Martin, he's very physical. I don't want to use this as excuses, right? But you're playing against even more of a physical team in the 49ers, right? So your physicality wasn't presented in that particular game because that was the first game that all 5 of your guys were back out there on the field for the first time. I'm not using this as an excuse, though. But what I'm saying is that, all right, so you got your ass whooped. You got beat down by a more physical team than you, although you were trying to establish your physicality, and you brought a knife to a gunfight, and it didn't work, right? So what we're doing now is the second week. We should have all our front 5 back, minus probably the center. There should be a level of now we can stack what we did last week, eliminate the negatives and bring back the positive, and hopefully we can showcase our physicality if we have any against the Chargers. You see what I'm saying? And then we can start building off of that and getting into rhythm. This offense is a team that say, hey, we got the dancing parts. We want to dance, but we ain't in rhythm yet. So hopefully that will be the situation coming into week 6. That's all I can say with that, Smoke.
So let me ask you something. We got a fullback, right?
We do.
So why can't we take full advantage of the fullback? Because in this last game against the Niners, the fullback made some really good lead blocks, and Pollard took the wrong angle on a couple of those. The man is good at what he does. So, why can't we just continue to use him effectively like that? Like you said, throw some 22 personnel out there. Yeah. And get these linemen going forward because until they can get their sea legs under them to pass pro properly, get them moving forward. Schoolmaker's a better blocker than he is a pass catcher. So play to his strengths. What I'm saying, Law, is the talent is there. They're just not being utilized, and it's the same thing year after year after year after year, and that's what makes Cowboy fans frustrated. We always talk about how much talent we have, but it's never utilized properly. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So all I can say here is, man, the season is still long. Although I consider us more of a finesse team on offense for right now. Hopefully they got some switches that they can turn over and say, okay, let's match physicality. Let's bring physicality. Let's go into our physical looks of 22 personnel. Let's go into big 21 personnel. Let's give them 12 personnel. Let's go into these physical looks and let's present power. Let's do that. Sean McEwen, he's a hell of a blocker. That's what he's known for. He's been brought up onto the 53-man roster. My guy, Peyton Hendershot, who's more of a finesse guy. He's on the IR or reserve or whatever they're going to do with him. Schoonmaker, like you said, he brings physicality. He's not bringing you offensive production as far as efficiency. So hopefully, man, the Cowboys look back at this and say, hey, are we being a little too cute on offense? Can we bring a little bit more of a physical tone to the table and just do more power pro run sets? Let's run out of I formation. Let's stop getting cute and running out of shotgun. That could absolutely happen. But that's me thinking, not them. I don't know what they would do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they do. That's the whole thing.
Let me ask you this question on the defense, since you're the defensive guy. What's our base defense?
our base defense is for right now. Well, it used to be LVE, your Mike, your outside linebackers was Bell and what's his name, 33 Damone Clark, and just
so
by
we're playing a 3-4.
No, 4-3 is your base in this defense.
4-3 is the base. Why can't they go to a 3-4?
Because 3-4, you normally have athletic linebackers that's bigger. You don't have smaller size linebackers. You don't in a 3-4 defense. You wouldn't have Marquise Bell, who's right at 205, 210. He'd be too small to be an inside linebacker. You need because you sometimes some looks he'll have to get down on the LOS. And just by just natural order of size and versus mass and all of that stuff, he just don't have that. You get washed out every time.
My guy. All right, just wanted to know.
Personnel, man, personnel, bro. You know, is the reason why we can't do 3-4. Now we do a hybrid. Looks like big nickel, whereas you have your two linebackers. You have you're supposed to have in a big nickel set. You're supposed to have a Roman interior linebacker that can go hook to flat, right? Because he covers the middle of the field, the sinkhole in the middle of the field, and your outside linebacker who's in that nickel, he's boxed to the outside, and if he's playing field side, he can also give you a robber look. But what we're looking at in this particular schema system is some variations of big nickel, big dime. Whereas we want to pursue, we want to rally chase, force turnovers, create chaos that way. But that when you play like that in a smaller set, you got to play with the lead. You know what I'm saying? Because you want teams to be passing more than they're running.
I got you. Hey, Law, on the real, I don't know, man. I think we just extend that because we ain't really got no choice. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
How many years are we talking, though? We talking about a 2-year extension?
You would look to get more out of it. You would look at a 4 to 5 years so you can spread it out more, right? So you would get the hit down to like $6 or $10 million against the cap. And if you do the smaller the extension, the higher the cap hit would be. So you're trying to absorb all of that money. So what you would want, and from a mathematical aspect or from a calculation aspect, is like a 4 to 5 year contract extension. So you can spread it out, and then what you will hope is that his team release the trade clause or what have you, so that you can have a way out. Most contractors always develop a contract that you have a way out, you know what I'm saying, a modifier, so where you can go in. All contracts need to have the ability to modify it, right? So within the confines of this last contract, it was like a sealed contract. Dak Prescott for that amount of years, you knew you was going to have to pay more on the back end, and you knew that you didn't have the ability to trade nor had the ability to franchise tag at the end of it. And that was a win-win contract for Todd France, in my opinion.
What's your opinion? You think he should be extended?
In my opinion right now, based off of this team, Dak Prescott, and I'm just being objective, I don't want nobody to shank me with the butter knife. He's not playing extension worthy. I think that you can still give him a few graces, right? Like 3 or 4 more games to see what he looks like. And you can always extend during the season, right? So if he's playing good, I don't think that Todd France and company would say, you know what, I would rather for my quarterback to see the market, and we don't want to talk contract extensions, right? The name of the game is for him to stay in Dallas. So, and of course, that's where all his resources at. That's where all his marketing money and sponsorships is at, right here in Dallas, right? So that would be the ideal, right, for Todd France to lean on the extension. But for the Jones family, the idea would be, hey, let's see what we can get out of him. You know, if he can show that he can win games, lead teams to victories and things of that nature, then, yeah, we would want to extend him. But if they don't have that big trust, then they would let this thing play all the way out. And then by the end of this year, before the time frame, they would either, put Cooper Rush in or put Trey Lance in. Those are the hard realities there, unfortunately.
I got you, Lord. You the man.
Appreciate you, Smoke. Thank you.
Man. I appreciate everything you do. Hey, Law, I still say we'll go at least 12-5. We'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll be all right, man. It's middle of the season, man. We ain't gonna play like this forever, man. As far as the offensive point.
No, I ain't worried about it. They got room to get better. That's the whole thing. If this was their peak, I would be in panic mode. But this ain't their peak. There's too much talent. Yeah. They got too much they can still work on. Hey, and Law, I wanted to tell you something else.
Talk to me, man.
I still eat spaghetti sandwiches.
Hey, man. Hey, do you squeeze the bread on it hard? Toast it just a little bit, put a little butter on there, man, and squeeze that bread hard. Yes, indeed, man. Hey, yeah, it's going to be the best spaghetti sandwich.
A little bit. I throw it on some Texas toast. I upgrade it.
Hey, man. That's my type of eating right there. Appreciate you, Smoke.
So I know about that. And shout out to the Twin Maker, man. He's only the third 49ers fan in my entire life that I consider to be good people.
Yeah, you good people, man. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you. Huh?
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. You stay blessed. Cowboy Nation, stay on the grind. Salute to everybody, and everybody have a blessed day.
Yes, indeed.
Go Cowboys.
Smoke, man. Go Cowboys. Salute to him. And right now,
Goodbye.
That's just what it is. It'll be a situation here that you don't want to knee jerk it, and I'm just being objective with y'all, man. It's too soon to sit down and have this extension talk right now, right? It's still too soon. Now, you can have there's different between, of course, faith is one thing, right? Substance unseen. But there's also a deeper faith, like blind faith. Have you ever heard of blind faith? Blind faith will be right now, and that's big trust. Big trust would have been before the season even started to extend Dak Prescott, right? That's absolute blind faith. Right, to see, okay, we know he was talked about in the media. We know he was getting spit upon and talked real bad about interceptions and beyond. He lost his offensive coordinator. And you will go in there blindly saying, okay, hey, before the start of the season, we extend Dak Prescott for 4 or 5 years, blah, blah, blah. It's going to help out on the cap, et cetera. That would have been ultimate big trust and faith, right? And those are things that we know when you are talking about negotiations and things like that, right? It's a difference. When you in love with something, you don't want to keep her waiting, right? I'm quite sure if, let me use it as an example, if you are dating or courting somebody and you really want her, you really want to jump the broom or whatever, you ain't waiting 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? You going to go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to drop down on one knee. See, some guys drop down on 2 knees. Here you go. It's no prove it point. You know what I'm saying? It's no, I got to see what she looked like you got to see what she look like in the morning. But, you guys get what I'm saying. There's no long wait process. But if it's something that you have reservations on, you're going to wait that thing out. That's just how it is. That's how anything is, right? So, unfortunately, the Cowboys, they don't have big trust. They wait this thing out. Let's see how, perform down the line. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no rush. You don't have to rush it. Let's see what he do in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And also, we got another side over here, Cooper Rush and Trey Lance. That's the energy that the Cowboys giving us right now, let's all wait and see. They ain't got that big trust and say, hey, man, we believe in this dude. Let's go ahead and pop the champagne bottles and extend. Yeah. So that's just what it is. Unfortunately, there are some spillover. The spillover would be the quarterback play. So now he's playing with the mindset that, hey, any day I can be gone. You know what I'm saying? If I mess up, they gonna put Cooper in. If I mess up real bad, they put Trey Lance in. You know what I'm saying? So why? Because they didn't extend me yet. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, man. Shoot, fellas know when they at a wedding, and you know what I'm saying, they guests of a wedding, and they brought their boo thing to the wedding, and then she fool around and catch the bouquet. That pressure on you now, dog. You like, oh, what you think she gonna say when it gets time to get home? She gonna be asked. She gonna start saying. She gonna start talking about rings. She start looking at wedding dresses and everything. And you only got 1 foot in. You gonna start sweating around here. Y'all think Let me know if I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? Somebody.
He ain't lying.
Shoot, you dating a girl for 10 years. She fool around catch that bouquet. Shoot, watch what's gonna happen. Y'all think I'm lying around here, man? Shoot. Yes, she fool around catch that bouquet. Shoot. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Y'all acting like I don't know. Shoot. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Brother get to sweating. Sweating, he ain't ready. You know, I got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That's the Cowboys right there. You know, they ain't ready to make no long-term commitment right now. No, they sweating. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at it. Look at these super chats, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for jumping in. Let me see if I can read these super chat. Man, there's a lot of them today, man. Appreciate y'all. Smooth, like, man, he ain't lying. I was sweating the other day, man. She count that bouquet. She talking about she don't want no little ring. She want that big ring. It's a must-win game Monday. Things brings out. Yes, it's the read that one. Glenn Capers read that one. We read that one. Sanjay says. Sanjay from the 199 says, "Stop.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain."
Yeah, Jay Worthy. Jay Worthy said, "My sweat." See, Jay Worthy, you gave her the extent. Oh, let me go back. Let me go back to my guy Jay Worthy. Let me go back to Jay Worthy. Jay Worthy said he said his sweating days are over with. You know, Jay Worthy said his sweating days are over with. Why? Because you already gave the extension, right? You extended her for the lifetime, right? Jay Worthy, you know what I'm saying? Jay Worthy's not sweating, right? So you know how it goes, man. Stop calling him LT. I feel you, man. Are you talking about Micah Parsons, right? You know, Micah Parsons, Micah. David A. Wright for the $10 super chat. $5 super chat. I can't read today, y'all. He says, let me get Mike messed his own quarterback up by talking about the interceptions and said dumping it down on the offense. I did hear Big Mike say that, and yeah, you know, he gonna have to get him up out of that, you know, and say, hey, this is your team. You are the Cowboy quarterback. Look, I get it. You got Cooper Rush. You got Trey Lance. Hey, you know, they are security blankets. But right now, this is your team. This is your team. That's what needs to happen right now from the coaching staff. If Dak Prescott can't get his mind out of it, right, you know, that's just what it is. If Dak Prescott can't get his mind out of it, right. Appreciate you, Jameson Taylor. Be safe. He says, see you guys. All right, so my guy Chop says, what's up, Law? Love the show. Keep up your great work. This offense will bounce back and restore balance. But for J-Ron, he got to go back to the number 27 when he was a dog. I'm telling you, that number one, man, that one I'm gonna give J-Ron a little bit more grace, man. Let's see if he can make that number one shine. But so far, a Cowboy player on defense wearing number one haven't been shining. That's just from my observation. Dirty Sanchez says Cowboys need to get mean and quit exchanging jerseys. They are not your friends. They are your enemy. Yup. It's cool when we exchange jerseys when you lose by 1 or 2 points maybe, or when you blow out the team, or when you win. But when we get blown out, man, we as Cowboy fans, we got to tell the other player, hey, man, you know, it's too much spotlight right now, man. We would do the jersey swap somewhere in the locker room in the back. Just meet me at the down the alley, you know, somewhere, you know. 214 Chris 214 Dion not letting Shador come to us. Yeah, well, we'll find out, man, but I appreciate you for your super chat, Chris 214. Prime is prime, man. Prime is prime, man. He makes his own rules over here, man. I can't get mad at him. Yes, indeed. I got Rocks. Anson Rock says, would you rather see us trade for Jerry Jeudy / Pat Surtain, or someone else? If so, who? I don't know, man. Is Jerry Jeudy better than Michael Gallup right now? They about the same person, huh? They about the same person, right? So I don't know, man. But I think Jeudy probably have more upside. But Jeudy been hurt too, so I don't know. What y'all prefer to have, and if you can ever go around there, you know what I'm saying? Would you rather have Jeudy or Michael Gallup right now? I don't know. But it's a yes for me. Shout out to Roll Tide though. But it's a yes for me on Pat Surtain. I'll figure out a way to trade for Pat Surtain. And somebody CT Madden said he'd rather have Randy Moss. Yeah, I feel you. As Modius says he'd rather have Gallup at this point. Unpopular opinion. Somebody say I'd rather just for them to just play Jalen Tolbert. You know what I'm saying? You got Jalen Tolbert. You know, let's give him a shot. Dirty Sanchez says don't. You know, players would run through a brick wall for Prime. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, bro. They would run through a. You wouldn't. You know how that transfer portal is? Shoot, when the free agency hit, you have a whole line of folks talking about, hey, man, I'm finna go play for Coach, man, Prime, man. Prime for your mind, you know. All type of endorsements and stuff like that, you know. Verdi says she would take Jerry Jeudy. I feel you. A lot of people, Jeudy injury prone is not worth it, even though I prefer him over Lamb. Ooh, B-dub. Hey. Parsons is too small to play defensive edge 24/7. He was an elite linebacker in college. They're going to wear him out like they did Zeke. Shaking my head. That's the Jerry decisions, though, you know. I think Parsons could be your best running back on this team, right? I think Parsons could be your best safety, your best cornerback. I don't know if he can throw the ball, but I think Parsons is one of those dudes that's so great at everything that he attempt to do 100%. But like you said, size is size, and it's a different world of trying to put on 255 and stay there versus naturally your body mechanics is just being 255. Like, can somebody put down Sam Williams size in the chat? Like, he's naturally that dude. He built that way. You know what I'm saying? If you look at Parsons and Sam Williams side by side, it look like Sam Williams is the bigger Parsons. You know what I'm saying? So, or you think that he's the bigger brother. So it is what it is. Now, if we were playing a 3-4 defense and Parsons want to be the outside linebacker to get around, scrape to the edge, get upfield, then I'll say yeah. But by it being a 4-3 defensive edge and some nickel stuff, he's going to take a lot of brutalities and fatalities and all of that stuff on his body. And what we talk about this time, always in November, close to January, that we talk about burnouts, right? Parsons, those 3 games in 15 days or 3 games in 12 days, those things play heavy on your player. And him putting on that extra weight, it can preserve him, but it can also hinder him. Not saying that Parsons is a step slower than what he was, but naturally, yeah, you're right. Figure out a way to preserve him down the stretch. That's all we're saying. Drizzy says Sam Williams 260. That's his natural probably BMI. You know what I'm saying? Parsons struggling to get to 250, and that's not his natural BMI. You know what I'm saying? Body mass index, whatever that is for BMI. DC for Life says I'm late, but here now. Let's freaking go. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Let's go. I got you, man. I got you with that, you know. And I'm not saying Parsons, you take one game.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
You take one game what the 49ers did to him and say, hey, this is who Parsons will. 0 across the board. No. Parsons, he's due for a sack, strip, fumble, an INT, some skull busting and all of that stuff this week. So I think Parsons will do that. We raved about October all off season. He needs to get playing time. You're right, Chris 214. And Rocks put down last time we almost drafted a first-round quarterback was Johnny Manziel over Zach Martin. Shaking my head, QBs don't always pan out. Extend Dak. That's his heavy endorsement to extend Dak. Now, let me ask you, Rock. Right now, and what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying not to, I'm not saying they will, but financially speaking and objectively speaking, is Dak Prescott plan extension worthy? Now, you can look at it two ways. You can pull Dak Prescott to the side and grin and say, hey, at this time, we love to extend you. And by him not playing up to par, you can literally lowball him and be like, hey, man, I'll do this extension. Normally we go with the 50 to 55 million, but we looking at X, Y, Z, right? You can lowball him. But in order for us to do this, you got to take the trade clause away. And when you do that, then on top of that, by you saying that, his agent gonna swing his eyes and say no, you know what I'm saying? F you, and the horse you rode in on, But if you approach him with a higher offer, maybe he will move the trade clause, right? That's how trade negotiation goes, baby. But it is what it is. Did not extend him 100%. No, he isn't balling. He isn't playing extension worthy right now. This is from Chris. I feel you. All right, so we got another super chat. Jay Versick says, Law. No, I got double R. Double R. Salute to you, Law, and Cowboy Nation. Double R, can you comment one more thing, because you're asked to be a mod, and I saw your message. Can you comment? Just comment anything, and I'll make you a mod. You know what I'm saying? And you've been rocking with the nation, sharing the content. So Double R, if you still in the chat, let me know, and we will make you a mod right here. We will shrine you as a mod. Double R. Yeah, y'all let me know when Double R say something. But salute to you. Jay Versick was saying, Law, speaking on it, don't make it better. Next, she gonna be like, listen to Law. No, not married yet. Oh, hey, listen to. Yes, indeed. Yeah. There you go, Double R. Appreciate you. Boom. There we go. Congratulations to Double R. I got your message, man, and on time I can make you a mod when we live right here. So let's go. Appreciate you. You have gained a level. Appreciate you, Double R. Double R. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, speaking on it now, so I'm getting all of the unmarried men right now, those who've been in a relationship for like 6 or 7 years and just been winging it, drive fast when they see Zales. They hit this dog on. They go 1,000 miles per hour. They see a wedding scene on a movie. They fast forwarding and everything, man. My bad. I put y'all in the traps, man. All right. So, and my bad, Jay Versick, just, you ain't ready to extend it. You know what I'm saying? Jay Versick, dang, man. You know what I'm saying? Tell the ladies don't listen to the show, Warren Duncan, but shout out to the ladies that are listening right now, The OC, we got a super chat from Warren Duncan. Appreciate you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. The OC and Mike needs to watch the team we need to play upcoming. Up next, plays these teams haven't seen. So let me reread this. You said to watch the team we need to play and come up with the new plays these teams haven't seen. So have enough that can't prepare for. Okay, so basically, Warren Duncan, you saying I'm trying to decipher, my hooked on funny guys ain't working good because it's so far down there. But he said that the OC and Mike needs to watch the teams and we need to play coming up with new plays, right? Don't put the old plays out there. Yeah. I think we should always bring up new plays, man. But plays shouldn't be. Here's how I look at plays. plays shouldn't be brought up just to be plays. I think that all plays should be brought up to take away what the opposing team is trying to do. I think that plays need to be set up for another play, a counter play. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm going to fight you, I'm not going to start off with the haymakers. I'm going to give you a few jabs, right? And seeing how you respond to the jabs. And then when I see how your stance is, when I see how you kind of move and I can feel where you kind of like position yourself, then I go for the haymaker, right? And depending on what size you are, if you're a bigger opponent, then, I use speed. If you are the same size as me, then we will try to equal it out. If you're smaller, then I go with power. I kind of make you fold a little quicker. That's my strategy. You know what I'm saying? Bigger guy, quickness. I'm going to kill you with quickness. I'm going to cut you up. I'm using anything I can find. Hey, man. Hey, Law hit him with a folding chair. Hey, you big. You know what I'm saying? You bigger than me. So I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm not going to fight fair. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna have me laid out on the streets, you know what I'm saying? And I might not get the extension, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna fight dirty, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Now, if you small, I'm still gonna probably fight dirty, but I'm gonna try to figure out another way. Y'all know how this goes. That's life. I think that's how the game should be played. I shouldn't go out there and whether you're big, small, or in between, and play y'all the same way. I think the play calling should be the same. Right? All right, so I got another super chat. Chris214 says, what would it take for Jerry to eat $60 million? Man, that's the best super chat all day, man. What will it take for Jerry to eat the $60 million? If this quarterback continue to play the way he's playing right now, that's the only way, he would eat the $60 million, ladies and gentlemen. If this particular quarterback played the exact same way, there's no really room. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about running back. We could talk about defense need to improve. We could talk about wide receivers not being open. But, they took all of that away from him, They took all that away from him. So he going to have to step up his game. And DPF, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to be. We got to win, baby. Just win. Everything else will work his way out. It doesn't matter if Tony Pollard run for 150 yards. People fail to realize the quarterback going to get the credit. Defense scored 3 touchdowns. The quarterback going to get the credit. Figure out a way to win. So if Dak want this bag, this paper, then he got to stop trusting everybody too. That's why I say get you a few good men. Sit down with CeeDee Lamb and say, hey, you win at 88. Don't even make it about the money. Don't even sit down and talk about, hey, you haven't got paid yet, how much you need. Bull sugar, figure out how to win. Don't make it complicated. Just win the game. That's what it's about. And just use logics too. Use logics. Who's a better wide receiver, Gallup or CD? You try to win the game. I'm going to give it to the better guy. Use logics. You know what I'm saying? Cowboys sometimes just got to use that. They're going to talk bad about me, man. If I'm trying to squeeze, look, third down, use logics. You going to go to the rookie tight end who never lived in that moment? One can argue, hell, he didn't live to that moment in Michigan. I'm not finna go to him, logically speaking. That's all we're saying. So when we play against the Chargers, just use logic. CeeDee Lamb, you the dog. You say you the dog. Ruff, 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 ruff. Well, let me see the teeth. Bite something. Growl. Bark. Because in a pinch, I'm going to you. That's what I would do. That's what I would have told him. You know what I'm saying? We're going to use logic. And then if the coach call in a play, well, we finna design this play. Yeah, it's going to hit him by surprise. We're going to design this play for Gallup. No, man. Gallup got me looking crazy every time I play against the 49ers. It's a guarantee when I throw to Gallup, it's an INT in this game. Whether it's I'm off or he's off or the moment's too big, it's urine down the leg. Hey, I'm going to try to go to my guy, man, the young boy that was drafted in the first round. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, use logics. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to find that dude that say he's him. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. There's no shade at my guy Gallup, and there's no shade at anybody else that's on this team. So, yes, indeed. Brandy says, stop trying to get anyone involved, money players only. No. Yes, indeed. Yeah. When we talk about money, I'm going for the bread and butter. I seen people that play in spades that got the joker, deuce, got the ace of spade and got a whole gang of hearts, clubs, and all that stuff, and they trying to hold on to their spades. Just use logics. You got the joker, deuce, lead out with the big dog. You know what I'm saying? Lead out with them spades, you see? Go ahead and get yours. Put the pressure back on the opposing team. You got them in your hands. But so many times, see, people think that life is such a hard one. It's really easy. Understand that you got your ancillaries, right? And you got your main pieces. When you're going into a store, let me just rewind my music all the way. You know what I'm saying? This is my favorite part of the show, basically. You go into the store to buy a big flat screen TV. The decision making on whether you should buy the TV or not shouldn't be the HDMI cords. Man, you know what I'm saying? The HDMI cord is gonna kill me, man. That $30, man. Man, you pay a little extra, get the 45, the super ultra ones, you know? Nah, man. It's like you buy the TV and say, I can't afford the cords. How many people know some people like that? You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I got this TV. How much was the TV? $1,400. Yeah, man, it's nice. Why you want to get it? Man, the cords, $45. Man, I don't want to use them. I don't want to lower my TV, man. No. Use logics. Hit the TV up. Worry about the doggone ancillary pieces later. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. There's people right now got a nice automobile. Why you don't drive it, man? It's too much money. Put that one on the road, man. So you bought the car, but you can't afford to put the gas in the car. Logically speaking, come on. Hey, man, it takes premium to get around here, man. Well, why you got it? You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it's $400 a year to change this oil. Well, that means you can't afford the car. Why buy the car? You can't even keep the maintenance up. Come on. Logically speaking. Cerebral Assassin says Dak need to put sandlot plays back into the game. Yes. Because here's the truth. You win, they talk about you. You lose, they gonna talk real bad about you. So find you a few good men and just use them. You got the flat screen TV right there, big. I'm talking about you can see through, you can see the sweat forming off the player's forehead. But instead of watching it there, you go to the little room, you go to the little TV, you squint your eyes to see that. That ain't logic. So figure out a way, ladies and gentlemen. When you're down inside the red zone, you got a guy that's like 230, 240 on your team, and you're trying to impose your will. Don't go to the guy that's 205, 206. Use logics, man. You got a guy, a freight train, Tyler Smith. Run behind him. Don't bounce it to the outside, all the way. Run behind the youth. You know what make the Eagles a difficult team to beat? 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, they logically look at their team and they say the strength of their team is the offensive line. The strength of their team is the quarterback. He got doggone SWAT 780 or something like that, some crazy number. Logically speaking, they just brotherly love that thing in there. I don't want to say the other word, kind of sus to me. Logics. We get mad at it all you want, but it wins them games. They won some games by doing 3rd and 1, just pushing it. I seen a team last night, the Denver Broncos, 3rd and 1. They want to do flea flickers. They want to throw backwards to go forward and all of that crazy stuff. Just use logics, man. Lean forward. Get the first down. Get the first down, man. Kill some clock. Go back to the folds. Think I'm trying to make it 3rd and short, not 3rd and long. That's all I'm saying. Let me get on up out of here, man. Happy Friday to you all. But I'm going to say this, ladies and gentlemen. On my way out, I always say this. Mama will hit me up and say, hey, can you say that famous quote that you heard from Les Brown at the end? I love the way you put it out there. And I say, yes, Mama said. Say these things, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about heart and determination. How bad do you want it? Somewhere in the heavens, Mama is still listening to those final words. Your heart, your determination on what you want out of it. How bad do you really want to get it? Your determination. I used to stutter when I speak. I was very shy and timid. You can't even think of that now, right? But it's all about the mindset. It's all about overcoming the obstacles. I recall the caller earlier said, you can't have a testimony. You can't have the test without the testimony. You know what I'm saying? Or however he put it in those nice words. There's a test in everything that you do. We are much more than conquerors right now. Some people not even coming here for the Cowboys message. They hit me up and say, Lord, I just want to hear you say it at the end. You give me hope. You give me some type of deliverable passion at the end. I'm able to grab hold to the words that you say at the end. It's the end for me, right? But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, you will get it, Cowboy Nation. As you say, one way or another, baby. DC for life, let's go. Let's get it. Just make it logically speaking, you know what I'm saying? I bet you somebody, Robert Earl somewhere like, hey man, I'm gonna go and get that TV now. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if the cord's about $200, you know what I'm saying? I can afford the TV. Damn! Let's go. It's Friday.
Whoa! Give me my thing.
I want some tacos or something. Yeah. I'm thinking about I want some Mexican, some Mexicano type of food. Let's go, baby. Let's get it, baby. What y'all gonna eat? You know what I'm saying? Stay paid, baby. Yes, indeed. Appreciate everybody, man. What y'all eating today, man? I've been really in the field. I eat so much Mexican food. I'm Mexican. I'm Mexican law. You know what I'm saying? Latino law. Hispanic law, baby. Yes. Shout out to the super chat. Mary Law, appreciate you. Brandy, Glenn Capers, Queen B2B, Double R, New Mod in the house. Jay Versick, Warren Duncan, Chris 214. cerebral assassin. You know, appreciate it. Verde, ooh, Verde, what kind of fish you eating? Baby. I know what got me last night. Me and my brother, we was talking about that cheese dip. You know what I'm saying? Some queso. I said, man, give me queso. Give me queso. I pour queso over everything. Rico got some oxtails. Ooh, wait. Warren Duncan said he had steak and eggs and grits this morning. You still full. It's 3:40 where I'm at. You full. Them grits stick to you. Now, help me out, Warren. They wasn't those instant grits, right? You know, I put a little cheese in my grits, though. Don't let it be those instant grits, though. Let me some real grains and things. Come on. CT Madden. That Marco's pizza. Here's what happened. Here's what happened with the Marco's. The night that I ordered Marco's pizza, it was great. So like a week later or such, I ordered Marco's pizza again. It was trash. I was like, come on, man. So they ain't consistent, man. They ain't consistent.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too. Count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Spartans, prepare for glory. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Let's get on up out of here. Y'all want to go with this? I'm gonna slow it down just a little bit. Come on. Find you a bread and butter guy. Stick to that philosophy, principle, and scheme, and get it going that way. That's what I'm saying. Let's go.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Peace out. Man, y'all better stop putting sugar on your grits. Come on, man. Come on, man. Riggs! Stop putting sugar on your grits, man. Who putting sugar on their grits, though? I be on. My brothers put sugar on their grits. I'm the only one. I'm the only one that don't put sugar on grits, man. I put some butter and some of that pink salt and some crushed pepper. Oh my goodness, man. We had to do a poll, man. George Turner says he puts sugar on grits and it's fine. Come on, I'm salt and pepper, baby. All at once. Don't let the street lights hit you. Oh man, you might as well eat cream of wheat, man. Come on, Dallas Cowboy hard hitter. He says I do, Lord. That's the only way I eat them. Let me guess. You put sugar on your red beans and rice too, huh? On your beans and stuff, man. Come on, man. What's wrong with y'all? Oh, I want me some butter beans. Now, I said Mexican food. Now I want some butter beans. I ain't gonna put sugar on it.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that.
Get you some grits and some light bread, some butter, yeah, on the bread, toast, and everything. Starch it out. Starch.
Then forever doesn't feel that far.
Riggs.
So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly.
I'm gonna read some more of y'all comments, man. I love this part of the show where I read y'all comments. So let's put it down on on the Kevin Samuel song that he took over. Although it's not by him, but it's a good song. It's a good song. Let's listen to this one, while I read y'all comments. Let's go. This is my wind down time. You know what I'm saying? We wind down.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right.
This is the name of this song is Good Lies.
Cause I'm addicted to the good life.
Good Lies, yeah. It's a really grinding. No, it's a mood type of song. Vibing. Come on.
All I have.
So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what.
Yeah.
Susceptible now, before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter.
Something wrong with Shay Sharp too, by the way. Something is wrong with that brother, man, for real.
It's not a problem. No. 'Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes.
Let me tell you what's wrong with the dude, man.
Nothing can stop me.
See, like going to the bathroom with in front of a woman. I don't pass gas. No, hell no. I ain't,
Shannon, no. That's the number one. Listen, let me tell you.
What's wrong with him, man?
Baby, the minute she can use the bathroom and leave the door open, that's the one.
She can't do that.
Yeah,
that
that's
work
the one.
For me. No, that ain't the one. That ain't the one.
Right here, I knew she was the one. When she fought in the front of me.
Oh, no.
That's how, oh, yeah.
Joe,
yeah,
I broke up with a girl for doing that.
That's crazy.
Man, stop playing. You left a girl for that?
I swear for God and two white men I did.
Boy, you a tough crowd, boy.
Man, what's wrong with him, man?
Joe, we're in the bedroom. The bathroom right there. 5 steps. You mean to tell me you got no? I don't do that, Ocho. I can't do that. No, you can't do that in the front.
She got to
What's
get
wrong
up.
with him,
She got to
man?
get up and go out the room.
Go, don't do that. That's disrespectful, man. Stop playing.
Oh, you tripping. You tripping. Baby, let that shit out. And I graded too. When she let one out, okay, that was about a 4 right there.
Man, he crazy, man.
That was a good one. Wait, so when she used the bathroom, she got to close the door too?
That's crazy, man. I'm tripping,
she
man.
Goes to a different area of the house. Don't nobody go to the bathroom. If we're both home, nobody goes to the bathroom in the master bathroom. Nobody.
Huh?
What? Oh, man, come on, you tripping, man. You got to.
Ocho.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
I would drive back to Fox, or I would go to the guest house.
Man,
or I would send it to
that's too much insecurity, man.
I need something from Whole Foods. I need something from Target. Yeah. She's like, oh, okay, I'll go get it. And that was my opportunity.
To use the bathroom?
Yep.
We got to get you therapy, baby.
He need therapy, man. As a man in your own house, let me tell y'all, man. You as a man, you got to be able to take one with the door wide open. It's your house, man. You own that house. You know what I'm saying? Have you some spray? Shh. Be like Pops, man. Come on, man. He too old for that, man. He too old.
We gotta get you therapy. You can't do that. You can't live like that, baby. I love you. I love you to death, man. We got to sit down. We got to talk about that.
I can't.
Women got to leave. A woman got to go to a separate part of the house just to use the bathroom. Nah, man.
Come on, man.
Listen, do you understand?
And close the door. I can't close the door if you go and pee. Close the door. I don't want to hear.
Let me tell you something. Me and my baby, we have our own personal red table talks. I'm not talking about the ones like Jada. The best talks we have, the best conversation. I ain't even trying to be funny, and I'm comfortable with mine.
Come on now, dog.
If you got to use the bathroom, man, leave the door open because that's the perfect time.
Get in there and talk. Start talking.
I'm not gonna be in there with you, but that's the perfect time to create a conversation and have a little dialogue on important stuff, man.
Yeah.
I don't listen. I don't do no talking. Well, I'm in there. I ain't in there to talk. Man, you know, hey, bro.
Hey, man.
Look.
Hey, some of your best ideas is when you're sitting on a throne. I call it the kingdom, the king chambers. You know what I'm saying? That's the throne. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's where you get your best ideas, from sitting on the throne and also in the shower. You know what I'm saying? You get your best ideas. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, come on, man.
You know, at the team facility, they got the stalls next to each other, and I got, bro.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Don't talk to me.
You can't live like that, man. Like, no, listen. Like, I'm almost about to cry for you.
He about to cry.
Do that, man.
Ocho, I go.
That's
look,
too much. You can't live like that, man.
No. I don't go to the bathroom. I go. I'm talking about at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
If for some reason my stomach, I'm gonna go downstairs.
Man, no, man.
That ain't healthy.
That ain't healthy at all, bro.
Like,
come on, man.
As a friend of many years, as a friend of yours, that ain't healthy.
And I don't walk. And tell you, you know what? I don't walk around naked in front of women.
What? Wait a minute. As a man, you supposed to walk around in your natural suit. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta let it see the tripod and everything. You know, got all those muscles and everything. Something ain't right with Shay, man. As a man, come on, Shay. What's going on, man? You sure. You better walk around that thing bow-legged, man. Come on, man. He don't walk around. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me rewind. Maybe I didn't hear it all the way.
Friend of many years, as a friend of yours, that ain't healthy.
And I don't walk. And tell you, you know what? I don't walk around naked in front of women.
What?
Oh, so you have to understand.
Come on now.
Is that trauma? Is that trauma from your childhood? That's something happened.
Something happened.
Well, I grew up in a house full of women.
So I got one more thing. So if you have a
so he changing. His lady come in. Huh! He do the inverse. He like normally you walk in on a woman. She go. Huh! So Shay Sharp. He out here. Come on, Unc, man. So if he's with a woman, no matter how long he been with her, she go through the room and he naked. He like, huh? You know what I'm saying? So, man, shoot, it's an extra fan when I walk. It's gonna be sweet. You know what I'm saying? We gonna walk around in the suits, man. What's going on with him, man?
If you have a woman, right?
Yeah.
And y'all together. So like me and the missus, we like to go to the nude beach.
Hey, man, now you take it too far now too.
Walk to the nude beach. You gonna do that?
Nah.
I don't walk. Ocho, I don't walk around
you're
naked in front of nobody in my own home. You think I'm gonna go walk in front of 500 people?
Man, you got to try that one time. We got to break you out of that.
Yeah. Pause. I ain't gonna go to no nude beach, man. But you know, I get what Ocho is saying. Man, it's crazy, man. Let me get on up out of here, man. Y'all give me y'all thoughts, man. What's going on with Unc, man? So Shay's feminine. Hey, I ain't finna ask y'all, do y'all walk around in your meat suit? It's pause, you know what I'm saying? But as a man, as a grown man, those are things that, you know, unless you got kids walking, now that's a whole nother conversation. But if it's just you and her, you Adam and Eve walking that thing, man. Come on, man, you walking around.
Hey, bro, come on now.
Get on up out of here, man, before they cancel me, man. I don't want nobody to come cancel me, man. But Shay, man, I hate to say this, dude. You gonna have to man that up. Just man it up by this much. Man it up, man up, bro. Come on, man. Let me know if y'all like the same, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Shay, man.
It's not a problem.
Bro, come on now, dog.
Cause I know what I'm getting into.
hey, Shay Sharp be like, oh girl, come busting in his room.
All I ask
is for you to close your eyes. all of the muscles and everywhere, all over his body. She can't walk in on him.
All I ask.
Oh my goodness, man.
All I ask.
When you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too.
Shay Sharp out here. Shay Sharp having it with his ladies with full clothes on and everything. The 3-piece suit on with the lady. Come on, man. Until next time, DC for life, man.